Hey man, let's get this show on the road, fight fans. What's crack-a-lagging? Salute, salute. Happy Friday to everybody out there, man. What's going on? Salute, man. It is the homie. Mainman Mademan is in the building. What up, though? What up, though? Hey, man, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. It's good to be with you all on this beautiful, fine Friday morning, live, 10:48 a.m., live from the DMV. Salute to you all, man. Salute to all of my folks out there that's at the job. I know some of y'all are on the job today. You never expect for Mainman to come on in the daytime. I missed last night's show, for those who don't know. And I think I've explained this already a couple times here on the channel. I'm on a bit of a hiatus, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of doing more so the bare minimum to keep things going, but I will be returning back to full time. The homie is just behind the scenes, just recharging his batteries. We're more than likely going to be back full time, roughly about the time, right around the time of Jerome Boots Ennis and Iamante Stanionis fight. That's when I'll be looking to come on back, be more consistent, and start loading down good YouTube with more and more content, you know what I mean? So just kind of give me a little time, everybody. Like I said, just recharging my batteries. I'm loving the time away, much needed, you know what I mean? I think all content creators should do it every now and again. Take some time away from the channel. It's good for your mental, and it's just good, just, you know, because time is everything, and you want to spread your time around in a wise way, you know what I mean? But definitely miss sitting here more consistently, you know what I mean? And I do miss it, I will admit, and that's one of the beautiful things from stepping away a little bit. You start to miss it, and that's what you want. You want to miss it. You want to have your passion built back up, because for me, a guy who's been covering this a long time, you know, the same 1-2 step just kind of gets a little boring, and so sometimes you just got to step away, get recharged, regain that passion, and then come on back, you know what I mean? But I definitely keep my ear to the street. I definitely keep my eyes to the headlines. Y'all already know. So I'm keeping my finger on the pulse of boxing to keep myself in the loop. Thank you to everyone that's behind the scenes. Salute to you all for people inquiring. You know, everything is well. All is well, I promise. All is well. I mean, it's actually great. So those who may be wondering, is anything wrong? All is certainly well. You know what I'm saying? Also, we got some fights on this weekend, man. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get on last night to break them down, but we got Tevin Farmer coming back against William Zepeda this weekend, man. We may do that live. I'm really looking forward to this one, man. I didn't do the first one live, so this one we might just do live because Tevin deserves some respect, man. He fought his ass off in that first fight against William Zepeda, man. So, and a lot of people counted him out. We overlooked Tevin in that first fight, so I think it's only right to give Tevin Farmer some love this weekend, man. He may fight his way back, you know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all may not be over the moon about that. If Tevin beats William Zepeda, shit, he might be in line for that Shakur fight. You know, I mean, we know that Shakur has been trying to line up William Zepeda, but given that Shakur is dealing with his hand injuries, getting William Zepeda in the ring has been a pushing and pulling. When he's ready, William's not ready. But then when they're ready, Shakur's not ready. So it's like one of them things where they just got to get on the same page. We know politically it all lines up. This is a fight that Shakur's been wanting for a minute. So hopefully they bring it full circle, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully they bring it full circle. But Tevin Farmer definitely deserves his flowers if he gets this win in this rematch. I favor him. I definitely be leaning towards Tevin, man. I think his boxing ability, his speed, his fast hands, these are going to be difference makers against, and it showed to be being a better athlete. All of these things showed to be a huge difference maker in that fight, that first fight between him and Zepeda. So we're going to see if they show some Tevin some love, man. But once again, I know a lot of y'all out there probably like, yo, man, I can do without that, bro. You know what I mean? Tevin Farmer's never been the most fan-pleasing fighter, but you come to like Tevin. If you've been watching Tevin, you come to like him, you know what I'm saying? You come to like his personality, cool little cat from Philly, you know what I mean? And you like Tevin. When he's one of those fighters, win, lose, or draw, you start to root for because he's always putting himself in harm's way. He's never backed down from challenges. We never got that big fight back in the day between him and Tank Davis. Remember when him and Tank Davis had those viral moments, and unfortunately we were unable to capitalize off that, mainly because Gervonta Davis recognized what that was, and that was a trap. back in the day. And that trap was Eddie Hearn was trying his best to lure Gervonta Davis over to the zone by using Tevin. And the second that Eddie Hearn could not use Tevin to lure Gervonta Davis over to the zone over under his umbrella is when he cut Tevin. You know what I mean? He got rid of Tevin. So we know how that all kind of played out, and it was kind of messed up. So Tevin is been trying to reel himself and get back into the big fight, man. So I'll be rooting for Tevin Farmer this weekend, man, over Williams and Pater. We'll see how that goes. Also, we got Brian Norman, right, coming back to the scene this weekend. Brian Norman versus this dude, Cuevas. It's going to be interesting to learn more about Brian Norman. I've been looking at some of his interviews. I'm trying to get past the whole boots in this thing. I'm trying to get past the whole you turned down your biggest payday thing. I'm trying to look past it, everybody. I get it. He's new on the scene. We got to give him his avenue. We got to give him his lane. Give him his time to blossom. You know, I mean, he's coming off the biggest win of his career against that dude Santillan. And so we want to see how good is Brian Norman really. And if he can go in there and get rid of this guy Cuevas, like most of us will expect for him to do and look good doing it, it will keep his stock riding high. Then people will continue to have the conversations possibly about him and Jerron Bucenis, man. So looking forward to checking out Brian Norman this weekend, man. And hopefully he goes out and wins in dominant fashion so he can remain in the conversation, man. Real talk. So we got some boxing on this weekend, man. So we're going to definitely try to catch some of that, you know. And the more I can catch of that, the better, to be real with you. The more that I can catch, the better. So be looking for me to go live, everybody, right after some of those fights. Salute to my main man, JP Mendez in our house. Brother, it's always good to see you there, JP. Always holding the homie down, always supporting, man. Thank you so much, JP Mendez, for supporting me here on YouTube and also supporting me in the boxing group on Facebook, my man. Much love to you, bro, and much love. You know what I mean? We got to hit that consistency window again, JP, so we can get back on the scene. You know what I mean? Just give me time, and y'all already know I know how to do this. It's just going to be a matter of time before we back where we need to be. You know what I mean? So what we going to come on here today, though, we're going to talk about a little Bud Crawford. I just dropped a video early this morning. For those who missed it, check it on out. Well, we did a Bud Crawford Canelo semi-breakdown in that video, man. Gave, I guess, a few more pointers than we've been given in the past about how how Terence Bud Crawford can deal with Canelo Alverez's size, man. Because I'm sick and tired of hearing it, man. I'm just sick and tired of hearing it, everybody. Like, Canelo's size. It's all about his size. Like, y'all ain't got nothing else. That's all we got is Canelo's size. Like, dog, y'all don't know who y'all talking about, bro. Y'all talking about Bud Crawford. I'm betting on the brain of Bud over Canelo Alvarez's size, dog. Size. That's all I keep hearing. Size. Like, size is every damn thing in boxing. There would be no Henry Armstrong if we had to worry about size. Size. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Sometimes it does come down to the skills and some of the tools that you possess. So y'all need to stop running around here talking this size mumbo jumbo. You know what I mean? Now, hear me clear, everybody. This is going to be something. Now, when we're going to talk about this Spence and Bud Crawford situation, man. I see there. Y'all know I never can miss a minute. Whenever we're going to talk about Spence and Bud or even Charlo and Bud, I can't miss that for nothing, man. So I'm going to definitely take my time on this one, everybody. Salute to you all, man. And I see that people, Bud Crawford has ruffled some feathers today from the interview that he just recently did. He did a couple interviews, but we're going to talk about the one he just did with the MMA dudes, Usman and I forget the other guy's name. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about that interview. And it looked like he's ruffled some feathers. Spence Nation is up hopping mad. I didn't seen them all over Twitter. They all pissy because Bud Crawford has put something out here that, you know, they hate the fact that their guy is getting exposed. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way funky, bro. Errol Spence is having a terrible, terrible week. Let's turn this music down. Errol Spence is just having a terrible week. Listen, Spence fans, y'all got to understand something, bro. Like, you got to understand, he is not the guy that y'all hope that he would be. Let's start from the top here, man. You know, it's very unfortunate. I don't say this with no happiness. I don't got a big smile on my face. But he is just not the guy that y'all portrayed him to be. Y'all, the world told us, you know, there used to be once upon a time here on YouTube, right? When Earl first kind of came out. where it was like wall-to-wall coverage of how great of a person and fighter that Errol Spence Jr. was. I mean, they shoved it in our faces, everybody. They shoved it in our faces. He is such a great fighter. Oh, he is so this, he is so that. Oh, he's such a good, clean image. He don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't party. And then all of that shit proved to be bullcrap. This dude has been, the company he keeps does not tell me he's the good guy that y'all thought that he was. His problems outside of the ring, right? Drinking and all that, does not show me the character that the wall-to-wall coverage was describing. I don't see that guy. Where's this guy that was this super athlete, super dedicated? Everyone wants to buy into his brand. That was the guy that they was crafting, but that's just not the guy who he was. Tell me I'm lying. Everyone does not share y'all's delusion. You get me? Everyone is not drinking from the damn delusion table. Okay? Y'all have this thing in y'all head that he is this all of a great guy and this great fighter, this great boxer. Look at the look in his eye on this picture. He don't even know what the hell he's looking at. I'm here, but I'm not here. Bro, he was never that guy. Oh, he was so great of a fighter. I pointed out the fact that he was beating up on a broken brook. They didn't like me for that very much, fight fans. They didn't like me. They thought that Mainman became public enemy #1 after that. I said he beat a broken brook, and no one wanted to hear. But when Bud Crawford pointed that out, oh, it's a problem. When I said he beat up on Little Mike, why we looking backwards down, bringing up a fighter from 2 weight classes below when you got all of this smoke around you? Keith Thurman is right there. Terence Bud Crawford is right there. There were other fighters there. But we got to talking about Little Mike. So people wasn't convinced. The only ones that were convinced were y'all Spence bots that was sitting around acting like he was doing the greatest things in the world. And so listen to my Bud fans out there, man. Y'all got to understand something real clear, real spill. Bud Crawford is public enemy #1. Why? Because he is rattling the cages of the biggest fan bases in the sport of boxing. Keep in mind, the Tank Davis fans. Oh, they don't like Bud Crawford. Why? Because Bud Crawford is rattling their cages. The Canelo Alverez fans, biggest fan bases in the sport. They can't stand Bud Crawford. Why? Because they know that Canelo is walking the plank. And it's just a matter of time, man. And on top of that, Errol Spence Jr. and his whole Texas faction. Not to mention the get-alongs, the go-alongs. You know what I'm saying? All of them. They can't stand Bud Crawford. Why? Because he turned Errol Spence Jr. into a damn grease spot. And I ain't talking about the one that got into Tank Davis's eyes. So the biggest fan bases in the sport of boxing are all upset with the kid from Omaha. So they want to, you know what they got to do, everybody? You know what they got to do, right? They cannot talk about nothing in the ring. Absolutely nothing. The man has no blemishes. Aside from that little Kalvalowskis moment, that's all they kind of tote around. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, bro, you got nothing inside of the ring. So what we do is we go on any Bud Crawford interview and find any little sentence that we can think of to try to paint him as the worst villain known to man. This is what happens. And so I'm glad that Bud Crawford is rattling these cages, because guess what? They ain't gonna never be your fans, bro. You are breaking their damn hearts. They don't know what to do about it. They're heartbroken. They're traumatized. They're sitting around trying to find something, man. Well, you know what? He's running around here talking about how much of a draw that he is. He ain't no draw. It's a lie, man. It's all a lie. He can't draw flies to shit. That's what they tell you. But we all know that ain't true, now, ain't it? We all know that ain't true. We know that, matter of fact, I would say Bud's last 15 fights or so, over 1 million people watched every time that he fought. And matter of fact, Tank fans, y'all ain't gonna like this very much, but Bud Crawford's pay-per-view numbers are on point and on par with Gervonta Davis. And I dare one of y'all out there test me on that. Because you'd lose. You'd lose. And I feel extremely confident to say that. Matter of fact, let's, as we always do, put it on the damn screen, man. Put it on the damn screen. I'm sick and tired of y'all lies out here. You know, we got to do this every 3 to 6 months because this is how it always kind of goes. And Bud Crawford doesn't have the biggest fan base. So those of us that's out here on the front lines, let's do our due diligence, man, to hold the homie down. He is the king of the fight game. He's #1 pound for pound in boxing. They are going to always throw stones at the crown. Always. Bud Crawford should expect it, and Bud Crawford's fans should definitely expect it. So this is nothing new under the sun. So let's put this on the screen. Let's put this on the screen. You know what I mean? Let's put this on the screen. Let's put this on the screen. Make sure I do this right. All right. Matter of fact, hold up. Before we put this on the screen, hold up. Hold up. We're going to go myth after myth with this shit, man. You know how we got to do over here. We're going to get back to that Earl thing in just a second. Just a second. Let me take down some of these banners here because I don't want nothing blocking nothing. All right. All right, let's look at here. Let's look at here. All right, so these are Bud Crawford's viewership numbers. Now let's go pay-per-view first, right? Because they claim that Bud Crawford is the worst thing known to man on pay-per-view. Now we know that Tank Davis normally averages roughly from 200 to 350,000 pay-per-view buys. That's roughly about his window, right? That's roughly about his window, right? Except for the Ryan Garcia fight. So he's doing between 200 and 350,000 pay-per-views, and this is the face of boxing, everybody. So let's talk about this now, shall we? So these are Bud Crawford's pay-per-view numbers. Now, if Tank is doing 2 to 350, and Bud in his second pay-per-view with Amir Khan did 200,000, how far off is that from Gervonta Davis? If Bud Crawford is doing 190 and Gervonta Davis is 250 to 200 to 350. I mean, aside from maybe this Avanesian one, we're looking at 700,000 for Spence. We're looking at 200,000 for Madrimov, right? We're looking at 200,000 for Amir Khan. These are similar numbers that I'm seeing for Gervonta Tank Davis. As a matter of fact, aside from Ryan Garcia, this is Bud's Ryan Garcia, I guess you want to call it, the Spence fight. He did 700,000. Generating over $59 million in revenue. Well, we be talking about, oh, Gervonta Davis's gates do this, do that. Well, Bud Crawford is pulling in 14 million back in 2019. You know what I'm saying? He's pulling in 13 million back in 2021 against Sean Porter. Well, if these $5 million gates and so on, and these are the numbers that everyone throws around, these numbers are not too far off. So on pay-per-view thus far, Bud Crawford has generated, at least by Wikipedia's estimation, over $110 million. But they claim that no one knows him and he's never sold out like that. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. 110 million in total pay-per-view revenue, fight fans, for the kid from Omaha. Let's keep it going, shall we? Let's go to his viewerships now. Now, I told y'all, over 1 million people were watching his fights way back when he was fighting Gamboa. He did over 1 million views. Way back when he was fighting Delorme, he was over 1 million views on HBO, right? He was doing over 1 million for all of his fights on HBO, aside from 2 of them. And that's against Raimundo Beltran and, of course, Carlos Molina, right? Or John Molina, I'm sorry. John Molina. So those are the only 2. But aside from that, Diaz, over 1 million. Ndongo, the unified champion, over 1 million. Jeff Horn's numbers was not disclosed when he beat the man that beat the man, right? Crawford and Benavidez, 2.7. 2.7. Crawford and Brook, 2 million. They say that no one knows him, no one watches him. He's doing over 1 million. And keep in mind, these, like, these are some damn decent numbers. This is why Bud Crawford's star power is so high. And there wasn't any other fighter at the time over on ESPN pulling numbers like these. You may say, well, man, that's not that big of a deal if it's on ESPN. Well, who else was doing it? Give me a name. I'll wait. Give me a name. I'll wait. So we need to stop this crap, fight fans. We can stop the crap about no one sees him. Oh, he don't sell. He don't do this. It's all lies. The man has generated over $110 million on pay-per-view. These are all facts. These are the things that you're not going to hear in a lot of places. Why? Because Bud Crawford is going up against the biggest fan bases in the sport of boxing. They have no interest on talking about this. Let me make sure that my audio tight. $1 million on pay-per-view. Wow. My audio sounds like shit, bro. My audio sounds like shit. What the hell is that about? Hold on for a second, fight fans. Hold on. I would hate to have to stop this live stream and redo it, but I will. Hold on. Stand by for 1 second. Damn. I see why. That's on me, y'all. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me, everybody. Sorry about my audio. Wow. Is that better? That's a lot more better, huh? God dang it, fight fan. So hopefully y'all been rolling with me thus far, and y'all been able to follow along what I've been saying. My apologies on my audio sounding like crap. Man, I should have checked that out. Yeah, I think we back better now. Damn, fight fans. Damn, that's a hell of a lot more better. My apologies on that, everybody. My microphone all of this time was not even plugged in. Man, oh man. But hopefully y'all been following the gist of what I've been saying thus far. You know what I'm saying? My apologies, bro. My apologies. Thank y'all, everybody. Salute to my main man, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more out there. What up, bruh? Salute, salute. Sorry for the crappy mic, everybody. Sorry for the crappy mic. But just to kind of somewhat reiterate what I was saying is it's really, really simple. You know, these lies out here. Bud Crawford is rattling the biggest cages in the sport of boxing. The biggest cages, the Canelo cages, the Tank cages, they all rattle. The Errol cages, they all rattle. Why? Because he is targeting them. Targeting them. Lies after lies are starting to roll back out once again about Bud Crawford. Now, what I just showed y'all on a bad mic was the fact that Bud Crawford's viewership has always been up. I just put it on the screen. We just went through it. It's always been up. He's done over 1 million views in his last few fights. He's generated over $110 million on pay-per-view. So when Bud Crawford speaks to you UFC dudes and he lets y'all know that, no, bro, I've been selling out arenas and I've been doing this, you need to go and look at his numbers. Stop listening to these armchair dudes. Bud Crawford is probably the most hated fighter in boxing, all because he's so good. I love it. I love it. This is why I root for Bud Crawford right here, bro. Dog, there's no fighter that would do shit like this. I want the biggest fan bases. Forget Tank Davis, man, and his little minions. Forget Errol Spence and his minions. Forget Canelo and his minions. I'll take all of their asses out. He even tried to get Tank Davis on his undercard to face Shakur. This is Bud Crawford going against the system, just like Lamont Roach did. And I love it. And I'm here for it all, man. I'm here for it all. So stop the lies, everybody. Stop. Let's put it on the screen one more again. Stop the lies. Bud Crawford's viewership is solid. Solid, solid, solid. 1.2. 1 million over for Delorme. 1.2 for John on HBO. Come on, bro. Hank Lundy, he did over 1 million for Hank Lundy. For Hank Lundy? 2.7 for Benavidez, the guy with the one leg that everyone said, oh, no one cared about that fight. 2.7 million people watching. And there was no one on ESPN doing these kind of numbers from the fight game. Give me a name. 2 million for Brook. Once again, just to go over it one more again, 110 million total in pay-per-view revenue. Numbers are damn near on par with Gervonta Davis, who's a 200 to 350,000 ticket pay-per-view seller. 200,000 there, 190 here against Sean Porter, 700,000 against Errol Spence. The only pay-per-view numbers that Gervonta got over that is Ryan Garcia. 200,000 for Madrimov. Who the hell, 200,000 people can buy Madrimov
but we can barely get 300,000 people to buy Roach and Tank. Don't look like these numbers are too far off. Look at the number. Look how much money he's been generating on these fights. What the hell are y'all talking about? He's not a seller. He don't sell out. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's keep it pushing, though. Let's keep it pushing. Now, so, I just want people to understand that this is the point of view that we're operating from. We're operating from the point of view of Bud Crawford rattling these big fan bases, taking these risks, and they always know. This is why I love Bud Crawford. See, he does these things because these are the things that you get remembered for. So you always know everybody. You always get remembered for your risk taking. You don't get remembered for being a status quo person, doing the everyday normal thing, just sitting back, going along to get along. Because everyone believes that Errol Spence Jr. is this great mythical fighter. He don't have to go along with that shit. Y'all got to understand something. Terence Bud Crawford's easiest fight of his career was Errol Spence. So the way y'all look at Errol is not the way that he looks at Errol. Y'all look at Errol as this great dude, like I said earlier. Oh, he's so great, which was all proven to be a lie. His character's not that good. He was a drunk. The company he keeps shows that he wasn't this clean guy, clean boy image. And on top of that, he just did okay in the fight game, but y'all hold it up as the greatest thing known to man. These things don't impress fighters like Terence Bud Crawford. These things don't impress fighters like Floyd Mayweather Jr. They don't impress fighters like Andre Ward. You want them to because you're caught up in your fandom, but they don't impress these perennial kind of fighters. Once again, Errol Spence Jr. was Terence Crawford's easiest fight, but y'all want Bud to put him on a pedestal of this uber level of respect when it was super duper easy. How the hell is Errol Spence more easier than Victor Postal? How the hell is Errol Spence Jr. more easier than Victor Postal, fight fans? Make that make sense. But y'all want Bud Crawford to run around here and say, oh, well, no, he's so great, and he's definitely going to get into the Hall of Fame, and boom, 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 and bam, bam, bam. He don't know. And truth be told, I don't know whether or not Errol Spence Jr. gets into the Hall of Fame. And this is not saying this is a knock to Earl to want to be anti. I'm not trying to be anti. I'm being factual, and I'm being non-biased in this instance. We've already visited this conversation before. And I came to the conclusion then. I'm like, bro, it's really close, man. It's real close. The number one thing that y'all come running in here saying, oh, well, Mainman Arturo Gotti is in there. Oh, well, Mainman Rocky Balboa is in the Hall of Fame. Then why doesn't Earl? Bro, his resume is okay. It's just okay. It's not perennial. It's not over the moon like the media wanted to portray it to be. It's just okay. You get me? Now, of course, by me making a claim like that, the first thing that's going to make y'all think is, well, man, if you think that Errol Spence Jr.'s resume is just okay, then what the hell do you think about Bud's? I think Bud's resume is flame. And it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And we're going to get there. We're going to definitely get there. So, I don't know what the hell, bro. Y'all want Bud Crawford to show this level of respect to Errol Spence. One of his easiest damn fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, y'all built this shit up. We built this shit up for 5 years. Like, this was going to be it. The all be all. Errol Spence gets to the moment and melts like a freaking snowflake. Bud Crawford rises to the moment, rises to the occasion. Perennial. Ready to go. Tip-top condition. Game plan locked down. Team solid. Meanwhile, Earl approaching this shit on fragile, shaky conditions. Beefing with his trainer leading up. Beefing with his outfit leading up. Bad company he keeping around him. Keeping him in a bad place. Doing stupid shit. Ain't nobody gonna come out here feeling sorry for him like y'all do because he talks with those soft little eyes and he makes those little faces that make you go, damn, bro, I feel so bad for Earl. Bud Crawford is a junkyard dog. He can give a damn about shit like that. Levels, fight fans. Levels. Bud is everything that y'all want Earl to be. Oh, Lord. Everybody hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. Why y'all ain't hitting my thumbs up? Are y'all mad at Mainman like that? You know what I'm saying? Bud is everything that y'all want Errol Spence Jr. to be. See, I am the author of the talking point. They got to get like Bud. Y'all thought I was playing. They can only hope and aspire. See, when they look at Bud, I see envy in their eyes. When Gervonta Davis looks at Bud Crawford, he says, man, I don't know why everybody like him. Damn, I mean, yeah, all right, he did some good shit. Yeah, he beat Earl. But yeah, I picked against him, but man, I mean, damn, all right, but he don't make no money. Like, that is the most dumbest, childish, stupidest stuff that I hear in boxing talk. And then you'll hear 50, 60, 70-year-old men out here regurgitating that shit. So stop it. You know what I mean? Stop it. They look at Bud and say, why y'all don't put, we want that lane. Yeah, we went down a traction road. Yeah, we trying to make money. Yeah. We still, I just want to make all of the money in the world, take the boxing fans and con them and take them for rides. But why do y'all like him? Why? Because he got all of the belts? Because he went through all of the weight classes? Why? Because he hunting down all of the top fights? You know what I mean? I mean, we could have did that, but you know, I just didn't want to. Man, shut your ass up, man. Fuck you talking about? This is boxing. This ain't no goddamn popularity contest. And so at the end of the day, man, they all look at Bud. Even Earl looks at him like, damn, bro, like, why couldn't I have been that? Charlo running for the hills and shit. Why couldn't I have been that? I could have been it. Be a challenger sometimes. All of these dudes look at Bud Crawford and say, damn, I got to get like Bud. And now that dude is being backed by the biggest bag in boxing. What the hell, man? What am I doing wrong? This man has touched every belt, including lineals, ×2. Or is it ×3? ×3. He's done everything that I would only hope to do. Damn, they got to get like Bud, man. They got to get like, but salute to my main man DGO out there in the building. What up, DGO? Salute to my main man Greg Hill in our house. What's up, Greg? I hope all is well, family. I hope all is well. My man Cotton. What's up, Cotton? What's up with you, man? He says, yo, man, Mike challenged him. And that means what? That means what? So if Devin Haney challenges Terence Crawford, should he have fought him? Should Terence Crawford had fought Gary Russell Jr. when Gary challenged him? What would y'all have been saying about Bud Crawford if he would have took the challenge from Gary Russell Jr.? One of my oldest talking points, right? What Errol Spence Jr. did with Mikey Garcia is the same equivalence of Terence Crawford literally beating on Shakur Stevenson. Or beating on, Abdullah Mason or some shit. It's the same damn thing. So just because Mike challenged him doesn't mean that he had to accept. Bud also challenged him at the same time, Cotton. Bud challenged him at the same. Remember, the viral moment in the hallway happened around the same time where he was piecing together the Mike fight. And well, at that time when I was debating the Spence fans, they was telling me, "Oh no, man, Bud came after the fact that Mikey and Earl started to negotiate." So no, it's fine. It's totally fine because Mikey came first. That's what everyone told me. Meanwhile, him and Bud is having the most viral moment in that entire year of boxing. The moment went to Bud and Earl when they met up in the hallway with Bob Arum and all of that jazz. But we got the Mike fight. That was okay. That was okay. Once again, if Bud would have fought on Devin Haney, y'all would have been crucifying Bud Crawford out here. Why he got to pick on little fighters? Blah, 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 blah. No. What the hell, man? What the hell? Let's listen to this audio. We got the audio, actually, of Bud Crawford saying what he had to say about Errol Spence Jr., So let's let Bud say it in his own words. I don't want to put too many words into the man's mouth. So we'll take a clip here that's floating around here on social media. Salute to the Pound for Pound show is what it's called. Y'all can check out the full interview over at the Pound for Pound show, man, where they got the full interview of Bud Crawford. So we're going to listen into the part where he talked about Errol Spence Jr., everybody. So tune in.
right now and be in the Hall of Fame, he couldn't. You know, like everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. You know,
Do you not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
right now, no, how?
Yeah, he's
And
right, dude. He's right.
How? You know?
All right, so keep in mind, everybody, one thing that's key in this whole audio is that Bud Crawford is clearly, and he's said it more than once at this point, right now. If Errol Spence was to retire right now, does he make the Hall of Fame? Not when his career is over. He may come back and do some good shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Earl may come back, wreck 154, break 154 down. You feel me? And that would be something to see. But the question to Terence Bud Crawford is right now, right this second, do you think that Errol Spence Jr. gets in there? And his answer pretty much is like, dog, how? And he's going to give his reasons. Now, I noticed he one of the reasons he's about to give is speaking about fighting only in one weight class. Now, keep in mind, everybody, when he gives this reason of fighting only in one weight class, this is part of a picture. He didn't say that this was the only reason or this was the main reason. This is a reason along with this reason, along with this reason, along with this reason. And he paints a full picture. So keep that in mind. Let's listen into some more Bud Crawford.
You would
Like
be,
he fought in one division. You know,
Never unified the belts.
He unified.
He did unify.
You know,
IBF.
he unified.
WBA, was it?
He
No,
had
but-
three.
Yeah.
He had the
yeah,
WBC,
but he didn't unify all four. He
WBA,
wasn't
IBF.
undisputed.
Huh?
He
no,
wasn't
no,
undisputed.
He wasn't. No, but what I'm saying is, they already called him a weight bully, right? He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury. You know, he beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
Like I said, you know what I mean? That's a good win. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him or, you know,
No, I understand
things
what you're
like
saying.
that, but
Right.
So that was a couple reasons that he just gave right there. He described the fact that, hey, you know, one division, then in the big fight where, you know, he get all of this credit for Kell Brook, that was a broken Brook. We know that Brook had his eye damaged, and it was argued that arguably, I believe, that Kell Brook was winning that fight until his eye went out, and I think about the 6th or 7th round. It's been a minute since I watched that fight. I think it was about the 7th round where Kell Brook eye kind of totally went out, and it was all downhill for Kell Brook from that moment on. But up until that point, Kell Brook was standing in the trenches with Earl, pull countering him all night, pushing Earl back, hurt Earl, and was up on the cards at that point and going into the second half of that fight. The eye goes out, and then Kell Brooks turns into a shell of what he was doing in the first half of that fight. And so all Bud Crawford is doing is pointing that out. We don't got nothing like that about Bud. We don't got him. Well, my biggest fight when I had to step up for the first time against Gamboa, no, it wasn't me stepping up to an injured Gamboa. No, it wasn't me stepping up, going up in weight, stepping to the champion in Postal and fighting an injured Postal. No, that wasn't the case. I had to go through full-fledged reigning champions. They wasn't injured. They wasn't beat all up. Meanwhile, his first big monumental win of his career came against a broken fighter. Is he telling any lies there? Is he telling any lies? It's one thing to say, well, it's wrong because he's lying. But is he lying? This is what I've been pointing out for years. Where's the lie in all of this? Yes, the Brook win was cool, but Brook put in medical extension after medical extension. He wasn't ready for that fight. He was trying his best to figure out a way to keep hold of his title long enough until he properly healed up and maybe get ready for a fight. But Earl and them insisted. It's the PBC way. We know how this go. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis, right? We know how this go. You strike when you can. You got an injured opponent. You got something you perceive to be wrong with your opponent that you can take advantage of. You jump on them. And that's what Earl did. I'm not saying he wrong for that, but that's just what happened. Bud Crawford looks at that and say, nah, bro, that couldn't be me. I didn't do no shit like that. I didn't go through a broken fighter to get my flowers. I had to move up and wait and challenge the next guy up who was already had a belt. And it being perceived as some sort of boogeyman at that time in Victor Postal. Everyone thought that Bud was going to get his face boxed off. He wasn't good enough to box with the Olympian from Ukraine or wherever the hell. So, no, you know what I mean? And so he's pointing out the fact. He's also going down the route of saying, listen, he was a weight bully, is what everyone said. He started his career at 54 and moved down in weight, and beat up on the 47-pounders because he was the biggest guy there. His style was punches and bunches trying to break you. Why do you feel like you can do that? Because you got smaller guys in front of you type shit. But yet you get in there with a boxing brain like Bud, that shit don't work. You will be clipped between all of that, man. All of that. Now, people running around saying that, yo, Mainman, why, Bud Crawford is hating on the best competition of his resume. It's not a good look. Who the hell told y'all that Bud feel like this is the best competition of his resume? That's what y'all say. That's what y'all say, man. He looks at Spence as one of his easiest fights. It's like, yo, y'all say that. A lot of people don't say that, bro. Especially people that rock with Bud, they see through Spence. They sing through that PBC manufactured play. And they say to themselves, homie, like, where do y'all get this shit? Like, oh, well, he's sitting on the best comp. Some will say that arguably that may not have been the best competition of his career. Arguably. See, y'all believe in all of this stuff that Spence did, and we're going to put that resume on the screen in a second. Let's see what Bud else had to say.
I honestly don't know if he make it to the.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Let me make sure that, let's listen to this.
Over there to get that.
Like I said, you know what I mean? That's a good win. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him or,
No, I understand
things like that. But I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he didn't got right now.
Bro, I feel him on that. He's not saying that he doesn't get in there. He's saying that right now it's a hard call to make. Now we can go to the one division argument. Now, the one division argument is the argument that we make in pound for pound. Not so much whether or not someone makes it to the Hall of Fame, whether or not they moved up or down. It's more so that argument is for the pound for pound argument of, well, this guy should be top 5 or that guy should be top 3 because they've moved up in weight and they're getting closer and closer to the heavyweight division. So they got a better argument for pound. Now, as far as Hall of Fame, it would be nice if you are a multiple division champion. That would be great to be one of the criterias, but I don't think that that's the only like that's not the one that beholds you whether or not you make it. You know what I mean? We got plenty of great fighters that got in there and they've only operated in one weight class. But the difference is between them and, say, like a Errol Spence. Say, if we use Marvin Hagler, Marvin went up against great fighters. Marvin went in there with guys like Sugar. He went in there with Hearns. He went in there with Durans. Like, he went in there with the Mugabes. Like, he went in there with guys that are very revered and very, very respected. You take a guy like Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin did not make it to the Hall of Fame because of his level of competition. Gennady Golovkin makes it into the Hall of Fame because of the number of title defenses that he had at that weight class. It's 20-something title defenses is an insane number. That's why Gennady Golovkin gets in there. Not for, oh, he took on this great level of competition. It's because he has so many title defenses. I think he beat B-Hop's record? I think he did, right? He had so many title defenses where it's like, yo, no one could knock him off of that perch. And so that's what people make that. But in Errol's case, you're looking at maybe 5, 6, 7 title defenses, somewhere in that ballpark. You see what I'm saying? So it's minor little nuanced differences like that. That when y'all make these arguments about what other fighters of the past who've only been in one weight division has done, you must understand Errol did not face the level of competition that they fought. He fought Mikey Garcia. He fought Yordenis Ugas. He fought Danny, who was jack shit at 147. He fought a Showtime Sean Porter that was predictable and beat by every top fighter of the class. Heath beat him. Kel beat him. Bud beat him. These are the best wins of Errol Spence Jr.'s career. Let's put it on the screen, fight fans. Let's put it on the screen. So here we are with Errol Spence Jr.'s CV. And from when I'm looking at with this, Lamont, end of the road, right? Carlos Ocampo, don't make me laugh. Mikey, small fighter, being brought up from 2 weight classes. Yes, I said it, 2 weight classes. The last fight before Errol Spence Jr. was at 135. So all of you 140, Mikey was at 140, main man, go back and do your homework. His last fight before Spence was at 35, which makes him a 35-pounder moving up to 147. Once again, so this is what's going to get him into the Hall of Fame. Sean Porter being beat by everybody under the sun. That gets him into the Hall of Fame. Danny Garcia was jack crap. His worst run in his entire career was at 147. Losing to, once again, all of the top fighters. Danny and Sean are kind of like in the same boat. They lost to the top guys at 47. Danny got a belt at 47 by beating, was it freaking Robert the Ghost Guerrero? Like, for real? For real? Look at this. Yeah, won the vacant WBC belt, right? Floyd's old belt at the time. Floyd vacated that belt. And he beat Robert the fucking Ghost Guerrero, Sammy Vargas, and then lost to the top names of the class. Come on, bro. And this is Hall of Fame? Once again, it's tough. Bud Crawford is right. It's hard. It's a hard call. It is a hard call. Who's this? Where am I? All right. It is a hard call, bro. So Danny, Sean, okay, those are cool. And keep in mind, Sean was also beat by once again, Terence Crawford. But beat in a better fashion than Errol beat him. Stopped him for the first time in his career. The first and only time Sean has ever been stopped was from Terence Crawford, not the Errol Spence. Errol Spence arguably had a very close fight with Sean Porter. The Mikey fight, laughable. Lamont at the end of the road. Kell Brook, Broken Brook. Leonard Bundu, 40 years old. Chris Algieri, one hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? One hit wonder, literally. This is Hall of Fame? This is Hall of Fame. So the best wins that he got, I would say, honestly, Errol's best win of his career. Shit. Errol's best win of his career. Is it Sean? Is it Sean? It might be Sean. Errol's best win is Sean Porter, or is it Mikey? And that would be embarrassing. Y'all wonder why Bud Crawford is having such a hard time with this. Now, to Errol's credit, because we're gonna be fair about this. To Errol's credit, Danny was a 2-division champion. Even though he beat Robert Guerrero for a vacant belt, Danny still was a 2-division champion. So he got a 2-division champion on his resume. In Mikey's case, though he was a small dude, and this is an embarrassing ass fight, Still, Mikey was a multiple division champion when he got in there with Earl. You know what I mean? So, oh my Lord, bro, this is so hard, man. Though he got the multiple division championship box check. As far as taking a belt off of a fighter, he got that box check by taking this WBC up off of Sean Porter. So he got that check. The only big deal is he don't have a unified champion nowhere near on this resume. He's never fought a unified champion. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford did. So he's never beat a unified champion. He's beat a multiple division champion, just like Bud Crawford did as well, with Ricky Burns, who was a multiple division champion. Champion at 35, champion at 40. And then when Burns got beat at 40, Bud went up there and beat the man that beat Burns and took 2 belts off of him and Julius Ndongo. So there's Bud's multiple division champion, and there's Bud's unified champion. Yeah, I don't got one unified champion on Errol Spence Jr.'s resume. I got a 40-year-old, though. I got a 40-year-old. This is what makes it hard. Yordenis Ugas, tremendous respect for Yordenis Ugas, man, but I had to give an all-around grade of what Ugas has done at welterweight. I'd give him a B. Yeah, he took advantage of Manny Pacquiao, and they played switcherooski on him. That was great. That was cool. And he also went in there and he beat he lost to Sean Porter, but many people thought that he won that fight. But on paper, he lost to Sean Porter. He also beat he did what he did to what's my guy? I actually rate Ugas pretty damn good. I rate Ugas pretty good. He did what he did to Mario. Oh, he lost to Mario Barrios. That hurt. Oof. He lost to Mario Barrios. That's right. He did lose to Barrios, bro. Matter of fact, Barrios beat the brakes off of Ugas. I don't know, man. He beat Manny. That was an old Manny. Losing to Sean Porter. He beat Ray Robinson. They lost to Amir Mom. Man, fight fans. The Ugas win is, no, bro. The Ugas win is tough. It's really tough. Ugas had 4 losses by the time he fought Earl, man. Oh, bro, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I add this to the total picture of what Earl has done, Ugas, Danny, and Sean. Ugas, Danny, and Sean are the best wins. A broken Brook. Oh, no, bro. I don't know. Help me, fight fans. Help me. I need some help. It's like I want to give it to him. It's like it's hard, bro. You right there at the line, but to me, the Mikey Garcia doesn't help his cause. It hurts it. That's not a help, fight fans. That's a hurt. And if I take Mikey off, then I'm just left with Sean, Danny, and Ugas. And we comparing this to Hagler. Oh, Mainman Hagler was only in one weight class. Yeah, but Hagler fought Leonard. He fought Hearns. He fought Duran. Fans, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm stuck on this, man. Earl got to help us out in this. Earl gotta come out and do something to make it go. You know what? That gets him over the line. You got to come out, bro, and beat a Charlo. You got to come out and beat somebody, man. You got to beat somebody, bro, and that's the only way I can feel comfortable with doing that, man. Let me see what the fam time on, man. Yeah. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see, man. DGO says, yo, man, all of the PBC divas are proven failures. Tank and Benavidez are on borrowed time. Hey. I don't know about that, DGO, man. I ain't going that far, bro. I ain't going that far. But I ain't gonna say that they, but I will say that you see the video that I did the other day, man. It do get real funny when them PBC fighters step from underneath that tent. It do get real funny when PBC fighters step from underneath that tent. When they pulled my man Wilder from underneath that tent, look what happened. when they pulled, when Errol pulled himself from underneath that tent, look what happened. When Gervonta Davis finally come from underneath that tent, look what happened. In Floyd Mayweather's case, who was really the financial backbone of PBC in the early days, well, you know, they didn't put him outside the tent until the Canelo fight. But which he was pretty much forced into, and he didn't like that setup because remember, he fired Leonard Ellaby's ass over that shit. Remember? Y'all forgot that part. Y'all forgot that part when Leonard Ellaby went behind Mayweather's back and made the deal for Canelo fight to be involving all of his belts. Didn't like that too much and got him fired. Got him kicked to the curb. Was Floyd really embracing that moment? I know it took 5 years for us to get the Manny thing, and I know Floyd signed that deal early, right after the De La Hoya fight, right? And he had to let that deal play out, and he wasn't going to let Manny risk it. That's for damn sure. So we're going to get Manny 5 years from now. It's funny when they step from underneath that tent, man. We see things, man. We see things. Mike challenged him, and it was a big fight. It was good business to earn a living. I guess. I ain't gonna knock that, bro. Hey, if that's what you want to root for, cool. I'm a boxing fan, man. I don't give a two shits about the money. The question that we're having of does he make it into the Hall of Fame, not does he make it onto the Forbes list, not or whether or not he makes it into the richest. He's going to be interviewed by what's the dude that used to do the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Like if he's going to be interviewed by that dude, that's not the question. The question is he going to get to the Hall of Fame? And we use the resume for that, not how much money he makes or how much good business it was. Granted, if you want to say it was good business, cool. Bud could have did good business too if he would have fought Gary Russell Jr. probably, right? Or if he would have fought Devin Haney, or maybe try to do a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis like everybody was trying to talk about, right? It would be good business for Bud too, but he don't pay that type of shit no attention. Levels. The little Mike fight is a stain, bruh. Stop trying to put lipstick on a pig, man. Stop trying to dress it up and make it all up to make it look good. That was a shame, bro. And yeah, he fattened his pockets and PBC's pockets up with that. But it did jack shit for his legacy other than maybe become a strike against him. That's the conversation that we having. Not the lifestyles of the rich and famous, you know what I'm saying? In that case, Canelo shouldn't be fighting Bud. No, that's different. Bud Crawford is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Was Mikey? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Canelo Alverez is being paid $80+ million to take on the Bud Crawford because there's an avid boxing fan named Turkey Al-Sheikh who just want to see it. So he's paying Canelo life-changing sums of money, $80+ million. Was Errol making anywhere near that ballpark against Mikey? Oh, the last time we saw those numbers, at the time when we put them on the screen, because you know I covers all of this type of shit. Last time we remember, he made $5 million for the Mikey fight. $5 million, fight fans. Canelo gets 80 for Bud, but Errol got 5 for Mikey, and Mikey got 5 as well. So they split 50-50. Really, though. And you seen this is the same? Canelo is being, like I said, he's going to, at the very least, against the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. That's hard to turn down, brother. A former undisputed, both of these men, undisputed champions. It's way different than the Mikey fight, bro. Way different. I heard Spence might get locked up with that yellow skinny jean rapper. Yeah, hey, Slim. And that's another thing. Like the company he keep, bro, they had wall-to-wall coverage out here telling us that Earl was this and Earl was that. He was a good guy. He was a good kid. He's cut from this. He's cut from excellence and all of this dumb shit that I was out here talking when this dude was just like Bo Mack said. I don't want to repeat it, man. Y'all know what Bo Mack said. Looked like Bo Mack was the truest voice in the room. And he got plenty of proof. But it used to be those delusional Spence fans used to be out here literally with wall-to-wall coverage 24/7. 24/7 stuffing in your face how great of a person that Errol Spence Jr. is and was. This is a shame. Does Jerry Jones want to stand next to Earl right now? Riddle me that. Oh, man, but he's a star. I don't give two shits. Bud Crawford is a star too. Bud Crawford makes more money than Spence if you want to have a money argument. Bud Crawford has had more belts than Spence if you want to make the argument. Spence is not even in Bud's atmosphere. And y'all want Bud to show this man a level of respect that when his is his easiest fight. He don't know, bro. Guess what? We won't have that argument about Bud, though. We're going to say Bud gets in there hands down. Hand is already casted, right? It's already done. Like, Bud ain't even got to do shit. Bud can retire right now without the Canelo fight, and he's walking in that bitch with bells and whistles. He ain't got to do a damn thing. Matter of fact, Bud can lose his next 2 fights and still walk in there, haters. Do you hear me? And hear me clear. He can lose his next 2 fights. He can lose against Canelo. He can come back to 54 and get stomped out by somebody else, and he still walks in there. You can't take away 3 lineals. You can't take away how many belts? Undisputeds. And hear me, and since the paperwork is done, we can say this. Ain't nobody going to count the Canelo fight against him but the haters. If he loses to Canelo, I told you he wasn't that good. I told you. They can't wait for it. They hoping for that moment. They tried to ride Boots Ennis's coattails. Remember, they've abandoned Boots now. They're no longer Boots fans. They were Boots fans for about 2 months. Right after that Spence fight was over, they jumped on the Boots bandwagon, and now they've abandoned Boots. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog, y'all are hoping and wishing that he loses to Canelo. It's not counted. In my opinion, Canelo loses if he don't stop Bud Crawford. Yes, I said it. If he doesn't stop Bud Crawford, that is an L to me. Put that bitch right on his forehead. Right on his forehead. Last of a Dime Breed says, yo, hey, Mainman, Wilder is back June 27th in Kansas City against Terrell Herndon. Oh, I don't know who the hell is Tyrell Herndon, but hey, long as it's my main man Bomb Squad coming back, I'm with it. That's what's up, bruh. I did not hear that Last of a Dime Breed. Thanks for that update right there, man. I'm on that one right when this ends, bro. I'm looking into that soon as this is over. Thank you, bro. I would have had that video already out here, man. I'm waiting for my main man, Deontay Wilder, man. However it want to go, it go. You know what I'm saying? If he want to continue, I'm with him. I'm backing him 100%. You know what I mean? If he want to end it now, then fine with me. Career well done. I'm going to prop you up. I'm going to give you your flowers and the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my feeling on Deontay Wilder. I know he took that journey that a lot of us need to take, but I'm going to keep that on the low. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He took that journey, and that journey may have changed him in many ways. So I don't know if he's, you know, I don't know if he's the same Wilder or not, but if Wilder decides that he wants to continue to go forward, I'm gonna support him 150%. I'm rolling with Deontay Wilder until the wheels fall off. Thanks for that Last of a Dime Breed, bro. That's who I was thinking about. Yeah, Robin Leach. Man, Earl did all of this money with Mikey Garcia. Yeah, he's going to be on the lifestyle of rich and famous with Robin Leach and shit. We having a Hall of Fame conversation. That's the problem. Y'all can't never have this conversation because y'all been so press checking for pay-per-view numbers and gate numbers and dumb shit like that you can't have this conversation. You can't have it. Man, does Gervonta Davis get into the Hall of Fame right now? I don't know. But does he make the Forbes list? All day. But what the hell do you care for? Your ass still got to get up at the crack of dawn when that damn rooster crow, don't you? When that alarm go off. So what the hell do you care? Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. This is what I care about. Whether they getting into that Hall of Fame. Whether they the perennial fighters that we all thought that they were. And in Terence Bud Crawford's case, when it comes to Spence, he doesn't know. And that's a fair answer. Everybody is not in Delusionville with y'all. Sorry, bruh. We look at shit as for what is. And what is his best wins are fights that Bud Crawford mopped up. Easy work. Kell Brook, easy work. Sean Porter stopped. Easy work. Meanwhile, Earl going life and death with Sean Porter. If you would have put, he didn't even stop Little Mike. You would have put Terence Bud Crawford in there with Little Mike, you wouldn't have recognized that dude no more. His mouth would have been on his forehead and his eyes would have been on his chin. Make that make sense. I'm going to say that one more again, fight fans. The man's mouth would have been on his freaking forehead and his eyes would have been on his chin. Mikey would have retired right then and there that night. I don't know what I was thinking. It was a bad decision. I should have never done this. I should have never done. Meanwhile, Mikey comes back right after the Earl fight and fights again. Man, Bud would have parked his ass, bro. Would have parked his ass and he would have parked his ass, bro. And Mikey would have been in there questioning his whole entire career. He'd have had a Teo moment. Do I still got it? Do I still have it? I know I got it. I had it last night. It looked good in the gym. But I get in here with Bud Crawford, and this fool turned me into a jelly bean. Now I'm a jelly bean. I'm a damn jelly bean now. And look at what he did to Earl, bro. I never thought I'd be sitting here telling y'all that Crawford ended Errol Spence Jr.'s career, bro. Like I knew he would do what he did. We know he's a wrecking machine, but one of the biggest questions that we had after that fight, like, is Errol Spence Jr. wrecked? And I was hoping and wishing and hoping and praying that he was not wrecked. But damn it, man, bruh, like, yo, Crawford strikes again. Crawford strikes again. This is crazy, bro. Sean says, yo, they want Bud to fail and lose so bad. And that's what makes this so good. Because of all of these hating ass fans, all of these fan bases that despise Bud Crawford. It's beautiful. I love it. And I love the fact that they can't beat him. You know what I'm saying? I love it, bruh. I love it. I love the fact that the Tank fans is up in arms. I love the fact that the Errol Spence Jr. fans don't know what to do and say. They're hunting for, oh, look at his socks. Oh, look at his shoes, huh? Look at his shoes. He only wear black shoes. He don't wear white shoes because, you know, something is wrong with him. You know, like, they just looking for anything that they can find, and I love it. I love it. Oh, look what he said in his interview, right? He's just so arrogant. He's just so that. Beat him. If you don't like it, how about boxing manufacture a fighter to beat him? Y'all hoping. I guarantee you before the Canelo fight, we're going to have so many Canelo fans. To the real Canelo fans out there, me and y'all, we got a date. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe. But y'all going to grow exponentially before September, my word. Watch. They're going to be everywhere. Everyone is going to be pro Canelo. And it ain't going to be because they love Canelo. It's going to be because they despise Bud Crawford. The same way that they jumped on the Boots train. That was a hate train, fight fans. Ain't that right? It was hate smoke coming out of that damn choo-choo train. They despised the man that damn bad. And poor Boots. You know what I mean? The Boots people, they tried to capitalize on it the best way that they could. I will give them that, right? Keep talking about Boots and Bud, you know, winning over those Errol Spence Jr. delusional fans until y'all seen that they were only y'all fans for like 2.5 months. And then after that, they went back. They went back to doing what they were doing, trying to find any little interview, any little sentence that they can find to hate on Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? The brother from Omaha. With the beautiful family. Beautiful family. Exemplary fighter. Real spill. And the day that Bud Crawford retires, it's going to be like, damn, but watch how many great fighters attend that speech. Watch what I tell you. You're going to have Floyd out there. You're going to have Canelo out there. You're going to have Bivol out there. You're going to have Ward out there. You're going to B-Hop out there. You're going to have all of these perennial great fighters attending Bud Crawford's retirement ceremony or Hall of Fame speech or whatever the fuck. Watch what I tell you. Manny may even be there. And I heard that Bud has some shit to say about Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let's move on to some of the other things. We got a couple more audio pieces that we can break down for what Bud Crawford was talking about. Salute to the Twitter spaces out there, man. All y'all out there that held it down. To all of the media out there that posted some clips of this. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. So let's pick on one. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find one. Let me stand by for a second. Let me close this audio thing because I'm flipping through clips and I don't want to play the wrong one. And you know, we have little issues and shit. So let's see here. Let's see here. He said something about Canelo. I want to see what he had to say about this Canelo situation, man. Let me see here. Let me see. Where's the one he said about? That's the one he said about the UFC. I want to see what he had to say about Canelo. All right, here we go. We got the one for Canelo. So let's listen in real quick on Bud Crawford giving some pointers about how he's sizing up Canelo Alverez. And this is once again from the Pound for Pound show in a recent interview that Bud Crawford just did, going over there to check out the full interview. So let's listen in here. Bud Crawford speaking about Canelo Alverez.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev
was older. He does.
Billy
he
Joe.
does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good. I feel like.
So yeah, that was a pretty much heavily edited clip, but that's a clip of some of the things that he had to say about Canelo Alvarez. So one of the things that he kind of noted first off early was speed. You know, he feel like he's going to be the faster fighter, which is something that we've been speaking about here on the channel. And we expecting and hoping that Bud Crawford comes in roughly about 164-ish, from 62 to 64. No need to go up to the full 168 to lose your speed advantage. And we're expecting for Bud Crawford to slow down some, you know what I'm saying? But however, still maybe be the more faster fighter than Canelo Alvarez. Faster on his feet as well as faster hand speed. So those are some of the things and we know that with speed can become power. When you hit fighters with shots they don't see, those are the worst shots for a fighter. So any fighter with low amounts of power, if you got tremendous speed and you be able to hit a fighter with a shot that they don't see, that can do just as much damage, and he ain't braced for it, that can do just as much damage as a straight-on big right hand. You know what I mean? So Bud Crawford is just toting the fact that, listen, Canelo may be the bigger guy. Yeah, he may be the harder puncher. But I got the speed advantage. That's one advantage my way. I just got to figure out how to use that advantage to get this W. You know what I'm saying? And this is something I've been trying to tell y'all. Size is just not everything. Size is a piece of it. Yes, Canelo can punch. No doubt about it. Yes, Canelo is a bigger guy. But Canelo has limitations. He has several limitations. It's all about how Bud execute and take advantages of the weaknesses of Canelo Alvarez. It can happen. Canelo got a bad knee. That's one thing to look at. Canelo has a bad stamina tank. That's another thing to look at. Canelo's body is susceptible. What happens when you touch Canelo? That can be something. See, Bivol beat him on activity. He wore Canelo ass down using the activity against Canelo. And then Canelo was reduced to leaning up against those ropes, trying to wave Bivol in because he was so damn tired. Bivol is a master boxer. So that's what he masters in. Now, I'm going to say something that maybe some of y'all Crawford fans ain't going to agree with. Crawford is a good boxer, really good boxer. Phenomenal. But do I crown him as a master boxer? The answer is no. The answer is no. I don't crown him as I crown him as a decent boxer. Sometimes his defense does get leaky. Sometimes his punches get a bit inaccurate. I charge Terence Crawford with being a great fighter, meaning that always knowing how to find that way to win, always knowing exactly at the right moment when to turn up in that fight. When he gets hit, he gets turned on. He gets reckless. He puts himself in harm's way to go after that stoppage sometimes. That's not the characteristics of a master boxer. That's the characteristics of a fighter. A guy who knows how to turn on, find that small window, find that small little crack in the door, and expose that bitch. That's what Terence Bud Crawford is. And that kind of fighter against a Canelo Alverez is dangerous because he's going to scout you, bro. He's going to watch you from head to toe. He got 3 coaches watching your ass. He's going to be watching your ass. We're going to be watching your ass. And when Bud Crawford gets into that ring, he is going to be armed with everything that Canelo likes to do, can do, and his limitations. And he's going to compute that shit. And he's going to use that shit against Canelo. I'm telling you. These are the strong points of Bud Crawford. The brain. And Canelo knows this. Canelo was more afraid of if Bud Crawford goes in there and moves too much. What has he been telling us? Well, look at his legs. His legs are not the same no more. So, yes, I'll take the fight. He doesn't move that much no more. Don't get it twisted, bro. If that's what you're looking at, if that's what you're concerned about, you just gave up one of your concerns and one of your weaknesses. You are worried about the mobility of Bud Crawford. Canelo's already said it. He's already said it. So I don't know, bro. I don't know about all this side shit. Salute to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh in the building. What up with you, man? Much love, family. Much, much love. He says, yo, man, I've been telling you for years that Earl was never a Hall of Fame boxer. Ron Boy, I'm like right there, bro. I'm trying to push him over the line, but, bro, I just don't. Somebody got to give me I would be all ears if anybody got a thorough explanation as to why Errol Spence Jr. definitely crosses that Hall of Fame line. I'll be all ears, bro. He's never fought a unified champ. He's never fought a unified champ. Yeah, he's been unified, main man. That's not a bar of automatic Hall of Fame because you've been a unified champion. Don't matter. Well, main man, we got to also look at Bud Crawford's resume. Then let's look at it. Let's look at it. Do we got any fighters on Bud Crawford's resume that were 2 weight classes below him? Do we have that guy? Do we have that guy? Let's put it on the screen, right? It's only right. Let's be fair. Man, that's not fair. You're not being fair about Bud Crawford. You need to put his resume on the screen. Let's put it on the screen. Hold on before I do. Allow me to do this. Hold on 1 second. We can definitely put Buds up here, man. We can definitely put Buds up here. So first and foremost, when we talk about Bud's resume, we could deal with the exact first fight right here, Israel Madrimov. Spence has never done this. First and foremost, say what you want about Madrimov. Has Earl ever moved up and taken out a champ? You see, you Spence fans can't criticize this win because he's never done it. He's done the opposite. He's fought the smaller guys, not the bigger guys. He was the weight bully of the division. Crawford moving up where he's the smaller guy and still beating on champions. Has Earl ever done this? Tell me I'm lying, fight fans. This shit is too damn easy. Has Earl even so much as done a Madrimov? The answer is no. You can hunt high and low. Even his fights at 54 early in his career wasn't on the level of a Madrimov. So has he ever moved up and took a belt off anyone when Bud is on his what? What is this? This is class number 3? 35, 40, 47. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I lose count sometimes. Class number 4, which means that, well, I'll go back to an old talking point, which means what, fight fans? That if Earl would have done what Terence Bud Crawford would have done, he would have been fighting fighters up at what, 68 and 75? Let's see, 47, 54, 60, 68, 75. So if Earl would have done, because he started at 54 technically, but we'll give him, say, 47. Bud started at 35. He's now going, shit, I take that back. So hold on. We'll just deal with the 54 thing. From Bud going from 35 to 54 will be equivalent to Earl moving up to 75, right? Same thing. Now, if we go from Bud moving from 35 to 68, Lord have mercy. That's now we're talking 2 more classes. So if hold up. So that means that if Earl would have done what Bud is doing with Canelo, then that means that Earl would have had to fight at heavyweight. That's the equivalent of what Bud Crawford is doing, fight fans. Hear me and hear me clear to you backwards ass Spence fans. If your boy would have been doing what Bud is doing, he'd be up at heavyweight. How would you feel if Errol Spence Jr. was taking a crack at heavyweight? You'd be like, Lord, he's going for greatness. He's doing so much. We gave Roy Jones all of this credit for doing it, right? He didn't even move up this many classes. So what if y'all boy would have been doing some shit like that? Y'all counting out Bud and coming against Bud, but he's doing what Earl would never dream of doing. Lord have mercy. So when we talk about Israel Madrimov, remember, Spence never done this, ever. You know what I'm saying? Earl wiped out, freaking grease spot. You know what I mean? So let's just call that for what it is. See, the Spence fans, you can try to find and hunt for any interview that y'all want, but we can never unsee what we saw. We can never unsee what we saw. That ass whooping ain't gonna never leave. It's gonna always be there. So no matter what you say, any Bud fan will always own y'all asses because your boy lost, and lost badly. And this has become one of Bud Crawford's easiest fights. And that ain't nothing but facts. I know you don't like it. I know you can't stand my guts. But those facts hurt. Those facts hurt, man. You can't take that away. You know what I mean? Now, Sean Porter, once again, he was not a champion, unlike when Errol Spence fought him. But however, this was the best fighter on Errol Spence Jr.'s resume, which got literally decapitated by Bud Crawford. This is the best win on Errol Spence Jr.'s resume right here. Stopped. Easy work. Viral moment and all. Sean, before this fight, was coming off looking like one of the best versions of himself that I have ever seen, coming off that fight when he fought that dude. What was that bum dude he fought? I forgot the guy. Sebastian Formella, yeah. He styled on Formella's ass. Style. Oh, man. Sean Porter was on his way out. Meanwhile, the Sebastian Formella fight was the best Sean Porter fight that I ever seen. The only one that was maybe a little bit better was when he beat up on, like, Berto and Granados in them. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, bro, like, even he was perfect from pillar to post in this fight. Perfect. He won. I gave him every single round, every single second of this fight. Then he gets in there and turns Bud Crawford against stopped, and everybody says, oh, he was at the end of the road. He was at the end of the road. How was he at the end of the road when people also forget the fact that he was also trying to get the Errol Spence Jr. rematch? People forget that part. Remember? Rematch. Remember him in the post-fight presser? Rematch. Oh, but he was at the end of the road, man. When that was just the fight before, one fight before the Formella fight. He wanted the rematch. Comes back out looking phenomenal in this fight, comes out and gets stopped, and everybody comes up with excuses. Miss me with y'all crap, man. God damn. Let me stop for a second here, though. Hold on 1 second. Got to go back to the comment section, see some fam showing some love out there. Let me stop real quick and give a major salute to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh, man. Thank you, my man, Ron Boy, for that support right there. I really, really appreciate that, bro. He says, yo, man, Bud is an excellent boxer, but he got booed out of the arena when he showed us, and he never did it again, Slim. Crawford and Postal. Yeah, when he showed his boxing ability, Yeah, I get it, but his knockouts did help him, rise above the rest. It was easy for his fan base to start to, really push him as that knockout artist, that destroyer that we wanted Bob Arum to push him as, but he never did. And so it helped him, bro. It definitely helped him get over the hump. And you're right. Like I said, he does put himself in harm's way. So he gets touched a bit more than normal because he wants to go for that knockout. I'll agree to that. If he wanted to box, he can box. No doubt about it. But he puts himself in harm's way to go after that stoppage. You go back to that Mademan fight, and people say, "Oh, man, he didn't look like his normal self." Why? Because you saw a boxing version of Terence Crawford. Because you saw him slow down and use a different tool set. No. It's just the fact that, listen, you're used to seeing Bud put himself in harm's way. And a couple of times he did put himself in harm's way against Mademan. But he felt like, this kid can punch. He's a little bit too unpredictable for me right now. So it's not smart to fight him that way, to put a smile on a few of these cats' faces. Hell, I got 19 straight knockouts and they still ain't giving me no goddamn flowers. So why the hell am I trying to impress any one of these damn knuckleheads in this crowd? I went on a knockout streak that covered multiple divisions and they still were calling me a bum fighter. So what does it matter? Bud should go in there and box his face off, because guess what? Bud's supporters are going to give him credit no matter what, whether he stopped them or not, because we know the challenge that he was doing by moving up to 54. Y'all making it like that was Bud's first move up. That's his fourth move up. Fourth. And y'all looking for a crack in his game. He got to move up 4 or 5 weight classes just to show y'all a crack in his game. And now y'all can celebrate after he's moved up 4 weight classes, fight fans. Like, damn, I mean, how long are y'all going to bubble hate and let that shit sit on the sidelines waiting for the exact right moment to let it all out? It took him to move up 4 classes. Even in the Kalvalowskis moment, that was 3 classes up. He's supposed to get clipped. He's supposed to. But when it happens, yeah, he got clipped by Calvin. Look, he couldn't take the punch. He's 3 weight classes up, man. You know what I'm saying? I swear some of y'all boxing fans just started watching the sport, bro. Y'all, it's so many of y'all out here now, but y'all just started watching this sport, and y'all get fed into this crap. He's not supposed to get hurt by fighting in three weight classes up. He's not supposed to get a bit dazed or get rocked here and there by fighting 3-4 weight classes up. Talk about unrealistic expectations. That's why I always say to you Spence fans, stay where the hell you at. Stay right over there where you at, bruh. Right over there where y'all at, because y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all pray and pray for his downfall. Salute to Errol, because Errol never was this kind of way. Errol was doing playbooks out of the PBC playbook, stalling the fight, going towards Mikey Garcia, 70-30, 80-20. That was out of the PBC playbook. He had to do what his handlers told him to do. But actual respect for the man, respect for the fighter, Errol has tremendous respect for Bud Crawford. Tremendous. It's just wacky, wild, delusional ass fan base who ran into a brick wall and now looking for any lap to jump on. Y'all were wrong. Y'all were wrong. So salute to Errol in that aspect. I always give Errol that respect, and I always give Errol that credit. You know what I mean? I separate Errol from his fans. I really do. Errol doesn't agree with his fans on most of the time. Errol told his fans to go watch X videos. Y'all want something to do? Go watch X videos. He got sick and tired of y'all asses. He got sick and tired of y'all asses. Talking for him, speaking for him, putting him in likes that he don't think that he even should be in. He didn't like that shit very much. He knew behind the scenes what he was. He knew he wasn't living the life. He knew that he was too big for 147. He knew that he wasn't this perfect fighter that everyone, this clean-cut guy that everyone, he knew, and y'all put him in that damn bubble. He told y'all asses to go watch X videos. You're doing too damn much. You're too much, you got your heads too much up his ass. He ain't like it very much. He ain't like it very much, you know what I mean? You can't be a Hall of Fame fighter fighting your leftovers, is Ron Boy Fresh. Damn. Woo. Ron Boy cutting with a knife today, champs. God damn. Fighting your leftovers. Damn, that's some cold-ass leftovers, bruh. Oh, man. The only way that Earl would have been Hall of Fame is to have become undisputed at 147, says Ron Boy Fresh. That would have been a shoe-in for sure. He'd have got that last remaining piece. We wouldn't have been having this conversation. No doubt. Then at that point, Earl would have had more than enough proof to say, well, this conversation is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? But we just not there. We just ain't there, homie. Like, we just ain't crossed that line, Mo. We just really didn't. You know what I'm saying? I would love to give it to him. I'm not, like I told y'all at the top of this, man, I'm not here to drag Errol Spence Jr. and to make it like, oh, no, he's not. I'm right where Bud is. I honestly just don't know. It would take, I don't know. Maybe if Earl did the right interview and I felt sorry for him enough, make me go, you know what? Oh, man, I can't. I don't hate talking bad about Earl. Just give it to him. It'll be some shit like that. You know what I mean? But going through his resume and the shit, what he's done in the game, it's like, bro, it's tough, man. It's tough. That's tough. Let's go back to, once again, what Terence Crawford has done, because I know that's what they sitting back waiting on, right? Well, man, you ain't talking about Bud's resume. So once again, in Shawn Porter's case, both of them were stopped by Crawford and Spence. The difference is that Spence took a belt off him. And however, once again, Bud Crawford beat him worse than Spence could. You know what I mean? So the levels of separation that Shawn Porter and Bud had was night and day because he got stopped. And keep in mind, once again, I don't buy the excuse that Shawn Porter was on his way out. Hell, Shawn Porter still sparring people. He still wish he can get back in the game. Shawn just know that there ain't no big name fights out there for him outside of Jerron Boots Ennis. And he knows this. You know what I mean? That's why Shawn really retired. Shawn really retired. Y'all want to keep it all the way funky with me. Y'all probably don't, though. But Shawn really retired because he bucked PBC. He knows he did, just like Earl did. Look what Earl's going through. Shawn did the same thing. Y'all got to understand, Shawn went against PBC's wishes by giving Terence Crawford that fight. But Shawn knew that what the Crawford fight was offering financially, PBC couldn't match it with no one on their side. Shawn got the biggest payday of his entire career from Bud Crawford. Errol Spence got the biggest payday of his career from Bud Crawford. That ain't nothing but facts. Tell me I'm lying, please. Tell me I'm lying. See, you Spence fans, y'all should be freaking grateful. Y'all are ungrateful, and it's a trifling look. It's a trifling look. Without Bud Crawford, Errol Spence wouldn't have made as much money as he's made. He would have been back on his 1.2s and 1.5s. He gets in there with Bud Crawford, and he breaks the bank. Shawn Porter gets in there with Bud Crawford. He gets a $3+ million guarantee. He ain't never seen that kind of money, not even against Earl. But Earl's the big fish. Tell me I'm lying, fight fans. Please, someone in the comment section, man, that's not true. I'm waiting on those words. How is he the big fish when Bud Crawford was given the biggest plates? Make that make sense. Kell Brook, one of Errol Spence Jr.'s biggest wins, wiped out by Terence Bud Crawford. Man, Brook was well past it by that point. I'll give y'all that. I never tout the Kell Brook fight like that. I'm fully aware. Now, I do think that he was a better Brook than he fought against Earl. If y'all want to have that argument. He didn't have no eye issues going into the Terence Crawford fight. Now, you might say, well, he moved up to 54 and he had to move back down in weight to face Terence Crawford. Granted. But that was on Kell Brook. What did Bud Crawford ask him leading up into that fight? You going to make weight? It was Kell Brook that came seeking out Bud Crawford. Y'all tell me, man, well, Mikey came seeking out Earl. Well, it was Brook that came seeking out Bud. Tell me I'm lying. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was not Brook over here in America bucking his promoter in Eddie Hearn when they were having a loyalty argument, and he came over here and had a conversation with Bob Arum? Remember, originally, Kell Brook wanted the rematch with Earl, but PBC ain't wanted had nothing to do with Kell Brook. Remember? He wanted the rematch with Earl, But Earl didn't want to oblige him, and PBC wasn't going to take that chance and do business with Eddie or whoever else no more. So he ended up landing Terence Bud Crawford. That's how that story went. And Brook had titanium plates implanted in his face. He came off 3 straight wins at a higher weight class, as opposed to him leading up into the Spence fight where he was fighting dudes that we never heard of. He was fighting dudes that we never heard of. A broken Brook coming off 2 uninspiring performances leading up into the Errol Spence Jr. fight, as opposed to a healed Brook from a higher weight class coming off 3 straight wins. Okay. Kavaliauskas was a mandatory. Not much to say there. Amir Khan, not really much to say. I knew Amir Khan was going to get knocked out by Terence Bud Crawford. Hell, matter of fact, he quit against Bud Crawford. So that makes that win even more beautiful, because it's not like Khan got knocked out or like, no, he saw the writing on the wall and that fool folded. That fool folded and then turned around and joined up with Bomac and them because he wanted to know what the hell was y'all giving Bud Crawford that I ain't got. What did he do? Turn around and make Bomac his trainer. That's when you know you got your ass whooped. When you turn around and say, you know what, I want to join your stable. You know what I'm saying? That's when you know, no, something's going on over here, and I need to figure out what the hell that these boys got going. You know what I mean? He get with Bomac at the wrong fight. Bomac coached him against Kell Brook, man. That was terrible. You know what I mean? But yo, he links up with Bomac right after he gets his ass whooped. You know what I mean? He links up with Bomac. So basically everybody that Earl fought or his signature fights at the class, Sean Porter, right, being one, Kell Brook being the other one, Bud Crawford did better than Errol Spence. Well, man, he fought him after Earl, and that means what? Oh, they were already softened up. They were already this. They were already that. If they were already this and they were already that, why the hell were they still winning going into the Bud fight? Both of them. They were both still winning. They wasn't losing. And hear me. And they were both looking the best of their career. Both of them. Brook coming off those 54 wins looking super solid. Sean Porter coming off that 4-mellow win looking super solid and was begging for the Spence rematch. They were both looking good and got wiped out by Bud. We go down to Amir Khan, good name, but once again, Jose Benavidez Jr., bad leg, right? Man, that was a bad leg. Now, keep in mind, as we covering Benavidez and Amir Khan during this time back in 2018, fight fans, these are the times when Bud Crawford was trying his best and doing anything that he could to try to land a fight with Keith Thurman. He did not want the Jose Benavidez fight. He had to take it because guess what? It was just there. It was a doable fight. Bud had to stay busy. He was pressing on Keith Thurman during this time. Same thing here. Pressing on Keith Thurman during this time. Keith ain't want to have nothing to do with it. I recently listened to an interview from Keith that he did on Porter's podcast. And Keith came out and said something that we've covered years ago here on the channel. Remember, at the time, people were trying to make it like Bud Crawford didn't want to have anything to do with Keith, and they lowballed Keith. And remember all of the crap that was coming out around that time? Well, remember when we did it back in the day, we broke Keith's words down exactly when ESPN and Bob Arum reached out to him and offered him $10 million to face Bud Crawford, but he decided to turn it down to go and face Manny Pacquiao. So Keith came back out in recent interviews and stated exactly that. Yes, they did call me. Yes, they did have a deal on the table for me. Yes, it was for damn good money, but I had the Pacquiao fight. Bud was trying to do everything in his power at that time to land that fight. Look what he did for Sean Porter to land it. Bud was on Bob's ass. He was telling Bob, give me those fights, or else you got to pay me $1 million every year. It's in my contract if you don't land one of those fights. He was telling the WBO to institute certain rules to make sure that these fighters are being paid properly. That's how Sean Porter came on board. Bud was doing any and everything in his power. Every interview, I want Keith Thurman. Every interview, I want Errol Spence. They don't want to fight me. They don't want to do this. Going to Errol Spence Jr.'s fights. Not being allowed into the ring. Going to Boots Ennis's fights. Going to Virgil Ortiz's fights. Virgil shooting him down in the audience. Bud can't land a fight. So he had to settle for these dudes. It's not that these were not his first choices, everybody. They were not. So everyone, you got to keep these type of things in mind. So these were some decent stay busy fights, I guess you might want to say. Now, Jeff Horn fight, to me, this could be arguably one of Bud's best wins. And I know y'all laugh at this. Man, that fight is a joke. That's what y'all tell me. Man, that fight was laughable. Where is Jeff Horn today? Are you going to sit back and tell me, man, that the Jeff Horn fight was worth something? That shit wasn't worth jack crap. That's what y'all tell me until I give it the man to a spin. And then we put it into perspective. And the man spin is really simple. Those of y'all who've been here, you know where I'm going with this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Jeff Horn the man that beat the man? Yes or no? Correct me if I'm wrong. Manny Pacquiao beats Timothy Bradley, becomes the lineal champion of 147. He goes on a 2-week vacation, so they strip him of said lineal belt. His very next fight is Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn beats him. So Manny technically was the last lineal champion at 147 before Bud Crawford. Because when Jeff Horn beat him, they technically did not make Jeff Horn the lineal champion. They should have. They should have. As you can see over here, Jeff just won the WBO welterweight title because Manny had already been stripped of that ring title after he beat Timothy Bradley. Go back and do your homework, and you can call me on any of this shit, fight fans. I can know this like the back of my hand because I've been doing it for so long. So the thing is that he should have been technically the lineal champion. And then Bud wiped him out, easy work. So in my opinion, this was the man that beat the man. We get these little breaks in linealship and we don't follow it, and it's just like what Tyson Fury and Usyk did. Like, same thing. Technically, Fury should have still been lineal, but he gave up his lineal belt to Alexander Usyk. But he wasn't beat for that said belt. He gave it up before the fight. You see what I'm saying? So technically, it's like, it puts that little asterisk in there. And it's the same way with Jeff Horn. So technically, Bud beat the man. He beat the lineal champ. And keep in mind, right after this fight is when his campaign once again started about calling out Keith Thurman. For these next 3 fights, Horn, Benavidez Jr., and Amir Khan, all you heard coming out of Bud Crawford's mouth was Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman falls off. Errol Spence becomes the guy. Then it's Errol Spence, Errol Spence, Errol Spence. If I'm going wrong here, feel free to put it in the comment section. I don't take it personal, fight fans. Julius Ndongo, unified champion, right? WBC, WBO, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, he won. I'm sorry. He won the WBA and the IBF. So those are the 2 that Ndongo had, right? Taking one up off of Ricky Burns, if I'm not mistaken. And I forget the other one. I forget the guy's name. The other one. What was his name? Right, he took one off of Burns, right, the WBA. This is Burns becoming a multiple division champion, and he never gets counted on Bud's resume, but took the WBA for Ricky Burns, and Troy Nowski, took it off of Troy Nowski, you know what I'm saying? That's who it was. So he was a unified, he had 2 belts. Technically 3 if you want to count the IBO, but we don't ever count that. So he had 2 belts, a unified champion. Meanwhile, I don't see one unified champion on Errol Spence Jr.'s resume. Say what you want about Ndongo and how he turned out. I'm of the belief that once you get in there with a Bud Crawford, you are never the same. And I got all the proof in the world with Errol Spence Jr. Prior to this, keep in mind, prior to Ndongo losing against Bud Crawford, right? Ain't this funny? Keep in mind, Ndongo lost to Terence Bud Crawford is right here at fight number 23. But you go down and he wins against everyone. I mean, he's styling and profiling. Styling, all of that. Look at all these green wins over here, everybody. Styling and profiling. You know what I mean? Styling and profiling. He gets up to Bud Crawford and he can't win again. He can't. And look, it is not like he's stepping up major in competition. He's still fighting the same level of cats that we've never heard of ever. Yet before Bud Crawford, he was dominating these dudes. After Bud Crawford, he can't win. He was wrecked, fight fans. So it's easy to criticize Ndongo post Bud Crawford, but it's never easy to talk about Ndongo pre-Bud Crawford when he was taking out multiple division champions and becoming unified. After Bud Crawford as a shell of his former self, just like Errol Spence Jr. So say what you want about Ndongo. The fact of the matter was, unified champion, homie. Unified champion with a respectable win. Does Earl got one of these? Just give me one. Does he got any unified champions? Victor Postal, the boogeyman at 130, at 140 at the time. The boogeyman, the WBC champion, right? And, oh, this was for the Ring magazine. So Bud became millennial by beating Victor Postal. Oh, man, who was Victor Postal? He was a WBC champion and had enough momentum at his back for the Ring magazine to throw their belt into that fight. Normally, if the Ring is in it, that means, guess what? These are the two best fighters of the class, right? Remember, we didn't get a lineal champion after Pacquiao until Bud and Spence fought. No, we didn't get one. Didn't get one. Mayweather was gone. Mayweather was gone. So say what you want about Victor. You can laugh now, but back then he was no joke. Back then, Victor Postal was a bad, bad man. Came off beating Lucas Matisse, if I'm not mistaken, right? Came off beating Lucas Matisse. Lucas Matisse at that time, and Matisse gave Danny Garcia all kinds of hell. Where's that fight at, man? Where's it at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Here we go. Yeah, came off beating Lucas Matisse. That's how he got that belt. And Lucas Matisse, if he didn't get injured in that fight with Danny, I don't know, bro. That fight could have went another kind of way. I was high on Lucas Matisse back in that time. You know what I mean? So Victor Postal was a very respectable win back in 2016, fight fans. It's easy to look at him now and see him losing to Gary Antoine Russell and other fighters and say, oh, he wasn't it. But back then, he was a WBC champion, an Olympian, and big enough name for the Ring to include it in their fight. Outstanding. Not to mention, so we got a lineal champion or a lineal fight here. We got a unification here where where Bud became undisputed, right? And then at 35, we also know he got Ricky Burns, multiple division champion. And the only one that can really fall into this category on Earl's resume is Danny. Not so much Mikey, because Mikey was a little dude, but Danny. And Danny to me wasn't jack shit at 47. You feel me? It's the same thing. Ricky Burns and Danny Garcia are in the same boat, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, we know we got the Breeders' Prescott one, which y'all rate higher than I do. And, of course, your Yorkers Gamboa, which, once again, most of the fans rate higher than I do. You know what I mean? And everyone says, yo, he was too small. Gamboa had a win at 35 before he fought Bud Crawford. Stop the lies. And so when I compare this resume to what Earl has done, doing this in multiple classes, taking on lineal champions in lower classes and moving up and doing it again, beating unified champions, you know what I'm saying? Going up and doing it again in Errol Spence Jr. All of this shit, bro, this is why Terence Crawford is hands down walking into the Hall of Fame. We got Olympians, unified champions, multiple division champions, and a partridge and a pear tree. So this is why I look at Bud's resume and I say, yeah, it's to me better than Errol Spence Jr.'s resume. Y'all may not agree. Y'all may not rate some of these fighters that I just ran through. But I'm telling you, fight fans, I'm sorry. When I break this down like this, I'm like Bud Crawford. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All day. I want to give a major salute to my homie, man, always holding me down out there, bro. Thanks for that love out there. Salute to my main man, JP Mendez, out there in the super chat. Thanks, my friend, man. He ain't saying much, just showing some love, man. Thanks for that love right there, my friend. And much love to you. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Jokers just started looking at boxing when Drake said Al Heyman check. Slim says, Ron Boy fresh. Hey, that's facts, bro. That is so facts, bro. That is so facts. That is so facts. Hey, listen, man. Y'all got to understand, man. Bud is going to be crucified for this, but what he is saying is nothing but facts. Y'all can be absolute. It's up to interpretation. But when I go through this, I look at Bud and I say to myself, bro, you right. You right. I don't know. I just don't know. He's saying today, if Earl retired today, would he walk into that Hall of Fame? And it's like, bruh, it's just the little Mike fight, bro. Like, that's not a good thing. If I take that off, all we got is Porter, Danny, and a broken Brook. That's all we got. And that is the moon and the stars to some of y'all out there. That is everything, huh? That's everything. Not moving up, challenging yourself, not facing a unified guy. That's like big shit. I don't understand it. Being the biggest dude at a weight class. Y'all said, well, man, Bud was the biggest dude at 135. He was running over. Yeah, he's moved up 4 classes now. And we're about to be talking about 6. If you want to fit, you can never call him that because he's moved up. This dude, if y'all want to say he a weight bully, you got proof. He's never moved up. Hey, Ron Boy, brother, you are on fire today, bro. So Brook softened up Porter, and Porter softened up Danny, hence the leftovers. And you know what? By the logic that they would use in that case, brother, that is one hell of a talking point. That is one hell of a talking point, bro, because, bro, if people want to say that, oh, Earl softened up Porter, we can definitely have that conversation that Brook softened up Porter. You know what I'm saying? Or we can definitely have that conversation that Porter softened up Danny. 100%. That debate can go around the damn Marbury bush, bro. Woo-hoo, bro. God damn. You crushed the game with that one, my man. You crushed the game with that one. You really did, bro. You crushed the game with that one, man. So, yeah, I just look at it that way, man. I say to myself, yeah, Bud Crawford, bro, you know, yeah, hey, we all know, man. No one knows if Earl. And I think even the people that are responsible for allowing fighters to go into the Hall of Fame or whatever, they got to be scratching their head over this one. It's a tough one. It's not an easy call. It's not that so much that people want to be anti-Earl. It's not an anti-Earl thing. It's just the truth. I keep telling you, fight fans, that keep banging on the popularity drum. I told y'all over and over and over again. What you can't do is run around and talk this numbers, pay-per-view, who's popular, when you get to the end of these fighters' careers. And they sit back and they look back and they say, okay, now let's take a tally. Those two conversations don't mix. And all of these fighters in the end are going to want to have that conversation. That's the sad thing. They're going to try to say, hey, no, I should be in there. I heard Gervonta Davis at one time trying his best to make a case for himself. They're going to eventually want to have that conversation. But if we're looking back and saying that, oh, you did circus fights, oh, you did dudes 2 weight classes below you, oh, you fought all of these small dudes, it's like that argument is going to become tough, and it's going to be a slap in your face if you reach the Hall of Fame conversation and you don't measure up. This is why I always say, fighters, take some time. Get your money. Get your money. Make your money. No ifs, ands, or buts. You got mouths to feed. You got bills to pay. I totally understand that. Make your money. You putting your lives on the line. Keep Dana ass away from boxing. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand all that. But on the flip side, also get your legacy, bro. Get your legacy. Now, do I think that Errol's career is over? No. Now, could Errol, because I believe in Errol, you know what I'm saying? I really, truly, honestly do. I've been trying to say good things about him. I've been trying to show folks that, look, man, turning on Errol was one of the worst things I've seen boxing fans do. It really reminded me on how fickle that we can be in the sport of boxing. The way that Errol Spence Jr. fans jumped ship after that fight was over, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in the sport. To you real ones that stood next to Errol, salute to y'all, man. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm not even talking to y'all. Y'all go over there somewhere. To you real ones that say, nah, bro, this is my guy and I'm rocking with him all the way to the end, I'm not even talking to y'all. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But to y'all that jump ship, to you rubberneckers out there, to you snowflakes out there that became Boots fans for 2 weeks, that's looking for the next lap to jump on, to be anti-Bud, y'all are the worst. Y'all are the worst, and stay the hell away from the Bud train. Y'all are the worst. And some of y'all have convinced people out here that y'all have been pro-Bud this whole time. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. So to the, you know, Errol has more than enough time, and to if he can, you know, they can put Humpty Dumpty back together again. If they can do this, Errol has time to definitely get across that line. All we need is a good win at 54. All we need, if he would have landed, for example, Fundora, they were lining up the Fundora fight. If he would have got their Fundora fight and beat Fundora, even though I wasn't happy how that shit was being put together, but if he would have landed that fight and it would have came full circle, he beats Fundora, a unified champion up at 154, the conversation is over. You see how easy that is? The conversation is done. No one would have the proof to say that Errol Spence doesn't walk into the hall. First ballot. You dig? No one. He folds that string bean Fundora, which I was definitely leaning towards Errol in that fight. He folds that string bean. He walks into the hall. Unified at 54, unified at 47. There is no denying Errol Spence. But we don't got that moment, and until we get that moment, like Terence Crawford is telling y'all, we just don't know. We just don't know. And I don't think that not one of y'all, not one Spence fan, if you feel free, I'll hang around for a minute or two. If you feel like what I said was wrong, there's the call-in number right there on your screen. You can call me up, yo, main man. I think you went left on this one. I'll give you the floor. I'll let you say your piece. You know, I ain't gonna interrupt you or none of that shit. If you want to hit me up and convince me otherwise, we got a couple minutes before I get out of here. Feel free to do so. You know what I'm saying? My man Pito Freshkabah says, I don't think that Errol has done enough to be a Hall of Famer. Maybe had he moved up and beat a couple name brand guys at 54 and 60 and became champion. But right now, he ain't no Hall of Fame. I think, bro, that's a fair assumption. That's what real boxing fans would ask of the fighter. We asked that of Bud Crawford, right? That's why we can say he's walking in there. We've asked that of fighters like, even in Mikey's case, you know what I mean? See, in the Mikey and Earl case, Mikey was the one looking good. Mikey was the one going after Order of the Legacy. He made his bag, but he also was going to get that legacy. You know what I'm saying? That was Mikey's legacy to make, not Earl's. Not Earl's. Maybe if he would have beat Keith, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that would have been maybe somewhat another good notch on the belt to say, you know what? Keith, Sean, Danny, Uga. I mean, Keith, Sean, and Danny would have been a better, you know, the Brook thing. I can't fight. It's a broken Brook. I can't with the Brook thing, and I can't with Mikey. Those are the two that y'all may say, well, main man, we gotta include Brook in a certain. I can't do it, bro. I just can't do it, knowing he was broken, knowing that he didn't want to fight. 2 medical extensions we got from Kell Brook. 2. It's hard, bro. That's hard. So in Bud Crawford's case, Bud, in my opinion, fam, did not say anything wrong, bro. And he did not, and he even went down the road of telling you, look, I'm not trying to, hate on him. Why would he hate? He just calling it for what he is. Y'all never liked the fact that Bud Crawford was a truth teller. You know what I mean? Y'all never liked the fact that, you know, he was a truth teller, bro. Y'all love the fact that, hey, look, he could have propped Errol Spence up to make himself look good and all of this. He just keeping it 100. Nah, bro, I gotta keep it 100. I don't know but one way. You know what I mean? So before we get out of here, one last time, for those who missed the audio at the top of the program, this is what Terence Crawford had to say about Errol Spence and his Hall of Fame ambitions. Listen in, and you will see that Crawford was not trying to talk bad or indict Errol Spence. He was just talking in a way of trying to be like, I want to give it to him, but I gotta be, you know, I gotta keep it. I'm Billy with you. Hold on, we got a call before we play this audio. What up, though? You on the phone with Mainman? Who I got here? My main man. What's up, though, my man Ron Boy Fresh?
No way on hell's earth Earl can be considered a Hall of Famer as a 35-year-old career welterweight. These new boxing fans think that it's a normal thing for career welterweights. They never existed until PBC came around with the scam. Nigga, you dig what I'm telling you? They never existed. You had to move up. How old was Leonard when he moved up? How old was Hearn when he moved up? All these motherfuckers, by the time they was 35, they were how many division champions?
All facts. All facts. He's never did it.
These new boxing fans don't know shit about boxing because they just started looking at boxing when they saw this shit on when they saw this shit on Fox, maybe, or when they saw this shit on HBO, or when they saw this shit Floyd was doing. You can't be no 35-year-old career welterweight who never took a risk. What risk? The biggest risk that Earl took was when he fought Brooke. You dig what I'm telling you? Mm-hmm. After he fought Brooke, he should have went on and when Bud coming up. I want to fight Bud because Brooke already beat the shit out of Porter. Why the fuck is you fighting Porter and y'all giving him credit? It's like a motherfucker that's saying, I'm getting money. The first time you hear a motherfucker tell you, I'm getting money, he in a Benz. The second time you see them nigga tell you he getting money, he in a Cadillac. The third time you see the motherfucker getting money, he's saying he in an Impala. You see him in an Impala. You're moving backwards. That shit don't even make sense. But these new boxing fans, and I'm upset with you because you actually entertaining this shit. But I see why you entertaining it. But this shit should be a no-brainer. If, like I told you, and you said it right, if Earl was on Bud level, what division would Earl be at right now with a belt?
Heavyweight.
Exactly, with a belt. He's never going to be on Bud level. They even knew he would never be on Bud level. That's why they avoided it. It's levels to this shit. That shit that they running over there in PBC and Fox and creating this whole welterweight, this whole fucking world that everything is in the welterweight division when it's not. It just ain't start with Keith and I used to tell you about Keith bum ass, but you ain't want to listen. Then you finally coming to see.
Yeah, it came full circle on me, bro. It really did.
Exactly. They want to keep Virgil Ortiz around. I mean, not Virgil Ortiz, Victor Ortiz. My bad, sorry, Victor Ortiz around. They want to keep motherfucking what's the Haitian Alabama name? Andre Berto. Want to keep him down at 47. Guerrero, 47. I don't know why y'all think it's cool for grown ass men to campaign at 47. It never existed till what? PBC came around and they created a scam. And people running with this motherfucking scam. And motherfuckers, man, you better get the fuck. When you was a good fighter back in the day, they forced you to move up. We don't want to see you fight no more. If they said Earl, either you fighting Bud before Earl fought Danny. Back in the day, they would have been like, look, we ain't trying to see that shit. Fuck all that. You fighting Earl or you gotta move up. I mean, you fighting Bud or you gotta move up. Fuck all that undisputed shit. Blah blah blah. You fighting a mandatory but don't want to fight Bud. Nah, move up. Ain't no sense in doing that. Go ahead and move up. That's the way they carry shit back in the day. But these suckers, they can get over on these new boxing fans because they suckers. They don't know shit.
Hey,
they
Ron
don't
Boy,
know
let me ask you
motherfucking
this:
thing.
Does the Mikey fight?
Yeah.
Does the Mikey fight
The Mikey
help or
Go
hurt?
ahead.
Does it help or hurt Earl's cause?
It hurt Earl. That was a fight that shouldn't have never happened. It shouldn't have never happened. And the whole thing was, okay, that's what, and this is the problem with new boxing fans. They so busy worried about, they act like they share bank accounts with these boxers. Explain to me how Mikey versus Earl help you as a boxing, as an Earl fan. It doesn't.
Nothing. No
Unless
way.
you what? His financial advisor. The first thing you should have said is, why is you fighting this motherfucker? You need to be, that was the best time to make Bud versus Earl. When he didn't fight Bud, that's when I knew, oh, he ain't never fight. They ain't gonna never want that fight. They don't want that fight. They don't want it. They don't want it.
Ron
It was
Boy,
a scam.
Let me ask you, how do you feel about this brother Shaheed Brown's comment? This is a decent comment. He said Hagler never moved up. How do you feel about that?
You want me to tell you why he never had to move up?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a grown, what is the average weight of a grown man?
At least 160 pounds, 160
exactly
to 100.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why should he have to move up when 160 had all the work back then? You don't need to move up when all the work is at 160 back in the day. In the 80s, that 160 was stacked. Look at Hagler's resume. Why have to move up if all the work is there? It's no work at 47. He already beat all the work. That's my point in telling you. Earl beat his leftovers. He should have just went on and fought Bud.
Yeah,
Bud fight no leftover.
Dog, Hagler got in there with the Linnets, the Durans, the Hearns.
That's what I'm saying.
Earl wasn't fighting that level of competition. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it was not, that's the point. So when you hear Bama's talk about Hagler, that's because they don't know nothing but Hagler at 160. They don't know about the Beast Mugabe. They don't know nothing about it. All they know is that Hagler was at 160. Now tell me that you compare who was at 147 from the last 10 years to when Hagler was fighting at 160 in his tenure, and you compare the two. Why the fuck am I gonna leave when all the smoke is at 60? It wasn't even no such thing as 68. What the fuck is 68? The fuck? That's how you know Bammers don't look at boxing. When would he have to go to light heavyweight?
Facts.
And who was running light heavyweight?
Facts.
They don't even know that. Ask that Bama who was running light heavyweight at the time. He don't even know. The greatest. And y'all laugh. I know y'all laugh, but it was fucking Michael Spinks. Stop playing. But Bammers don't know boxing because they don't know. You see Michael Spinks because he got whooped in the heavyweight division, but little do you know, Michael Spinks is probably one of the greatest motherfucking lightweights. He is the greatest lightweight of all time. Fuck is we talking about?
So I heard you say earlier that you give him credit for the Brook thing, but bro, I'm be honest with you.
No. Who credit for the Brook thing?
Earl for going over to fight Brook. Bro, that was a broken Brook.
No. I'm not gonna take nothing from him. It ain't even that he fought a beat up. It ain't even that. No. I'm gonna give him that because he went to the UK. That's the only reason. I'm not giving him because I'm not gonna go too hard because I'm just gonna be like, look, he fought Brook, went over there and got a belt. Do we all know that ain't the best Brook? We all know that. Brook even told you that wasn't the best version, but that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is he went over there and got a belt in the UK, which is hard to do. So I gave him credit for that. As far as that, him fighting the best, Bud fought the best Brook.
I believe
that's
so. Three wins
but
at 54. Come on, bro.
Need to believe. That's what Brook told us. Brook told us, well, I don't give a fuck what they feel. I don't give a fuck what a whole bunch of boxers feel like. I mean, a whole bunch of fans feel like. Brook told us this is the best this is a way better version of him than when he fought Earl. He told you that. But then you're going to have fans say, oh, Brook lying. Brook ain't telling the truth. Man, get the fuck out of here.
He going to tell Brook. He going to tell Brook that he don't know.
A boxer how he feel and shit. That's how you know when Bama's out of control. That's when you know Bama's is doing all this motherfucking pom-pom shaking and shit. But all I want to know is, like I said, Earl ain't nowhere near a Hall of Famer. He would have to beat Bud in order to be Hall of Fame. The only way he can redeem himself as a 35-year-old is he got to clear out 154. Now, what are the possibilities of him even doing that? Absolutely slim to none.
You don't
Not
got him beating
happening.
nobody at
So
54?
Earl will get punished by any of the top.
Damn.
Earl would get. Who can Earl beat in the top 5 at 154?
I
Who
give
can
him
he
a
beat?
chance against Fundora. I think he
No,
can
no,
get
no, no, he
Fundora.
won't. No, he won't. Fundora chop his ass down. No, he won't.
You
No,
think
he
so?
won't.
I think that
No,
body attack on Fundora
Fundora
it'd be
will
something.
chop his ass down. He will chop him down. That's the reason why they didn't make the fight. What did Fundora say? We sent the offer. Earl kept backpedaling. They didn't want to do it. And he was like, well, what you mean? They was trying to get Fundora to talk about it. He was like, look, ask that man why he didn't want to fight me. But none of the Errol Spence fans don't want to bring up what Sabastian said just a couple days ago, do they?
What did he say?
What he said? He said they put the fight on the table for Earl. Earl kept bullshitting, and so they had to move on. And they was like asking him, why didn't they, and Fedora said, go ask Earl. I'm telling you. That's what he said.
Damn.
The boy didn't want to fight him. They knew that Earl would get punished. And now at this point, I was just trying to figure out a way to get the cash fucking Earl out because he fucked the money up. So now Earl is smart enough to know that he is on the verge of getting cashed out. He's trying to slow walk it. He's just trying to slow walk it. The perfect time to get cashed out. I don't even know if Earl can beat Lubin right now. That's the best fight to be made for him. I don't even know if he can beat Erickson Lubin.
Keith. Don't forget about Keith. Him and Keith.
Keith will beat Earl right now.
You think Keith beat Earl right now?
Keith will beat Earl right now. Keith will beat Earl right now.
I'm going to be honest. Now, I don't got Earl beating Bachram. I think Bachram might can get him.
If you name the top 5, he can't beat him. I just simply say that. Just imagine putting Earl in the ring with Virgil. Man, my God, that'd be a mauling.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, yeah, that'd be bad, bro. That's why Oscar calling for that fight so hard right now. He smell that blood in the water.
Imagine putting Earl in the ring with Madrimov. That'd be a mauling. Bachram. We can go down the list. Put Earl in the ring with motherfucking Put Earl in the ring with my youngin' Charles Conwell. Man, but Charles would eat that nigga alive, man.
Damn.
He eat Earl ass alive.
If Earl can't land a significant win at 54, bro, I don't know, man. That's why I say him getting in that hole ain't gonna happen.
Cherry pick. Earl trying to come back at the right time because they know they want to get him cashed out. And when they cash him out, he's gonna make sure it's a good cash out. Earl is done. Earl been done. He should have got his ass right back in the fight.
Crawford might have finished him. Crawford might have finished him, bro.
It wasn't even Earl. But Bud just put the finishing. Look. I'm gonna tell you right now. They never designed Earl to be that beast. Earl was never. It was his lifestyle, and the way they matched him was just fucked up. I know people think because everybody listening to these names, but at the end of the day, you don't get better fighting opponents that already got whooped by the main opponent you already fought. How do you get? What fight was going to prepare him for Bud?
Not Ugas. That definitely wasn't the Ugas
Exactly.
fight.
This is shit we talking about, Ugas. This is shit. Not one fight they made to prepare him for Bud. The best time he should have fought, like I told you, the best time he should have fought what Bud was immediately after the Lamont fight. Before the Mikey. Once he fought Mikey, that was the beginning of the end. That's when I knew, these motherfuckers don't want no parts in it. What I've been calling Bud for the longest time. Who token? Boogeyman Bud. I did.
You did.
And it was a reason.
Absolutely. You know what I mean?
They didn't even want to say the man's name on TV. He was so vicious to them.
And that's why he wasn't prepared because PBC
and you want me to believe you're a real dude shaking pom poms for a motherfucker that's being avoided? Y'all shaking pom poms and allowing a motherfucker to be avoided. That's why Earl didn't have to make the Bud fight, but Earl knew that PBC was doing Bud real dirty. And Earl did. I give Earl credit. He had a conscience to be like, look, man, I know these motherfuckers, but we've been doing you dirty, man. Al don't want me to fight you. Nobody. They want me to keep the company afloat. I'm gonna fight you, man, because the streets. I can't walk these streets, especially Dallas. At this point, I'm getting chased and all this. They like, man, I gotta fight you, Slim. The streets forced this fight.
Hey man, look, my man Napoleon Armstrong out there in the chat, he just dropped a bombshell. This is fact, and if you think about this, it's not a good answer. He says, "Yo, who did he fight? That's a hand-downs Hall of Famer." And I'm gonna be honest, the only answer that I come up with is Mikey, and that's not the fight that you want to be the one. You know what I mean? Mikey probably the only Hall of Famer on there, and that was a dude from 2 classes down. I don't know if Danny getting in there. I don't know if Sean is getting in there. But I'd say Mikey gonna get in there, but that's the only one that
I don't know how did Sean get in. He lost all his big fights.
That's true. I don't know how Sean get. Danny might squeak in there from what he did at 40.
Danny get in. You know how Danny get in? Danny, if you look at the name recognition on Danny's resume, it's there. Like his names on Danny's
at 40.
resume.
You know what I mean? He did what he did with Matisse.
I know. I'm just saying his resume in general. His name's there. His definitely name's there.
Yeah. He's technically a 2-division champion.
On the low, Danny got a rack of good names on his resume. That
about a rack. I give him the Zuda. I give him Morales.
How many times he fight? All he got to do, he fought Morales how many times?
Yeah, he fought him 2 times. And those are fights he was supposed to lose.
Morales, he fought motherfucking, he retired motherfucking Matisse. Matisse was a pound for pound, so shit.
Nah, Matisse went after that though and went for the belt against Postal. So he was still a count on the list. He did beat Zuda.
Well, that's
I give
the
him
only
Zab.
black eye. That's the only black eye on Danny's resume is actually he was scared of Postal.
Well, yeah. He was scared of Postal.
That's it.
He'd have got outboxed probably by Postal. And I thought he lost to Mauricio Herrera. He lost that fight.
He was scared to death of Postal. They didn't want. They paid Postal like step aside money twice not to fight that fight. And you know who they had to get and this is what people don't understand. Who did they have to get to fight Postal? But always got to fight the Bammers that nobody want to fight.
Facts.
Mikey didn't want to fight Gamboa. Who did they get to fight Gamboa?
Exactly.
AB didn't want to go to the UK and get Burns belt. Who did they go to the UK to get Burns belt?
Yeah. Almost wondered did AB skip 140.
Like they don't know.
Almost wondered did AB skip 140 because Bud was there.
Yeah, he didn't even want to go. I ain't going over there to the UK to get no belt. Bud was like, man, where he at? They was trying to get motherfuckers to fight Prescott on 6 days notice. The number 1 contender in the division. Who did they go get? Bud.
Whenever something need to be mocked up, go get Bud.
Jokers don't look at boxing for real, Slug.
That's facts.
Tell you facts. These motherfuckers be on opinions and all. Everything I tell you is a fact.
You right.
Bud do shit
them boys ain't one that had no smoke. Bud got to go clean it up. That's how it go, dog.
Yeah, motherfuckers, they don't want to fight. Let's go see Bud. Bud going to do it. Nobody wants to fight Postal. Postal was the boogeyman. Damn it. Bud, go ahead.
No, you're right. You're right. He was definitely boogeyman.
I'm telling nothing but
fucking Freddy Krueger boxing.
All that work, motherfucker. Gamboa had Mikey on the shelf.
Facts.
Bud had to fight him. Hey, Mikey was like, fuck that. I need about 1.5 million to fight him. How much you got, Bob? I'll go get him for you.
Easy.
Boom.
Easy.
Easy. Mikey sat down, lost a whole year and a half of his career because he didn't want to fucking ball.
Hey, bro, let me ask you. Do you think that he looked like when he asked this type of question about Earl, like he looking at it like, yo, bro, this was one of my easiest fights. How y'all expecting me to answer this question?
Slug, I knew. I was consistent. I told you this will be one of Bud's easiest fights because it's a style thing. Earl was good when Earl was good. Mm-hmm. The problem is it became a matchmaking thing. It became too much of a scam. And then Earl's lifestyle outside the ring didn't help. It didn't help. But at the end of the day, your best Earl was the Earl that fought Lamont Slim. That was the best Earl. When Earl used to wear Nike sweatsuits, that was the best Earl. When he started wearing all that tight ass denim and all that shit, shit
when he
changed.
was with Blu-ray. He was a bad man. He left Blu-ray.
When you saw Earl with nothing in Nike sweatsuits, I used to go to the fights. Earl be in Nike sweatsuits. That's it. None of that other shit. Just chilling. Now you see the Bam in tight ass jeans on the podium, drunk, hanging with AB. You know you drunk. You know it's fucked up with AB looking at you like, nigga, you drunk as shit talking right now.
Bro, facts.
Facts.
Hey, but Ron, boy, I'm gonna be 100 with you, Mo. Like this is what scares me for Tank. See, I don't want Tank to end up in the end like this. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like when he look back it ain't gonna be. What's the legacy joints? You know what I mean? Like, what's the joints that's gonna
Bama
put you
never
in the Hall of
fought.
Fame? You've been chasing the money the whole
He's
time.
never. I keep telling you, you stole this fucking Davis shit. Slow.
I know you know, like Tank. Yeah, you know.
Yo, this motherfucker is the most. I told you, you got the whole city protecting him. Not even Baltimore. You got New York protecting him.
Yeah, everybody protected Tank. Boy, Tank
Everybody protecting him. It's the So now I don't even know how they gonna cherry pick no words. Now he gonna have to start getting 126 pounders to move up now.
True.
130 pounders are pretty much done. After this, they too risky now.
He going to Jake Paul. He going to Jake from State Farm from here.
Man, that's a scam. Like I said, I ain't got time with the scam. That's the scam shit.
And that's why I'm saying I'm afraid for him in the end when he gonna want to have this conversation.
I'm a boxing fan, not a financial advisor. I don't own a promotional company. I look at boxing. I don't own no promotional company, and I don't get a percentage off of none of these Bama's checks.
Facts.
At the end of the day, what I do know is that he gonna have to. I mean, at this point, Reggie Davis gonna have to start bringing jokers down from 147 down to 135, and start getting jokers from 126 and bringing them up to 135. They not taking no more risks. That's it. It's like, man, if we get out of this motherfucking Lamont fight, I swear to God, you ain't fighting nothing but 126 pounders from here on out. God, I swear to God, we bring the motherfuckers up, or we dehydrate they motherfucking asses down to 135. I swear to God, they gonna stay far, and they will never fight a 135 pounder. They're never gonna do it. They're gonna be like, nope, we'll bring Isaac Cruz. How much Isaac Cruz? AC Isaac Cruz.
They want their monster fight, man. They gonna fight monster.
Yeah, bring Isaac Cruz back down. How much he weighing now? All right, cool. Send no contract, say he got signed in 30 days, and then we make the fight. That's how they do it.
Oh man, yeah.
That's how they do it. Isaac Cruz probably at 150 right now. Then they gonna try to make the fight at 135, and that's how they gonna try to do it. They bringing either motherfuckers down or moving them up, and it ain't gonna be no more 130 pounders. They like done with that 130. They done dodged that bullet. We going to 126. What Louis Nuri doing?
Man, same thing.
That's how they go. Don't be surprised if you see Stephen Fulton out there.
Fulton versus Tank next coming up. I can see it coming. I'm telling you, that's coming, bro. That's coming, bro. Yeah, you're right. They got Fulton coming next.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
That 130, they done flirted with death with 130 because say the motherfucker they on their last legs. All they got is Benavidez and Tank. That's like Tank.
It's like Tank's third or fourth little dude. He fought Lil Leo.
He's third or fourth. You mean a 5th or 6th? Hugo Ruiz, the Bama didn't want to fight. He didn't.
The last one before that, Hector Garcia. God damn.
All he gonna do is bring you up. All he gonna do is bring you up or dehydrate you, Shawty. That's his main thing. And then hopefully they'll fight a motherfucker that just started boxing at 20 years old than Martin, and Frank Martin or some shit.
Frank Martin, Lord have mercy.
So it is what it is, bro. I ain't trying to hold you, but man, don't let you wasting a lot of time trying to convince new boxing fans that Errol ain't even the best Texas motherfucking welterweight to ever come out the state of Texas. Yeah. So it is Donald. It's actually Donald Curry, but Bama's don't even know who that is. But it is what it is, man. I ain't got time for you, Bama. Bama's don't really look at boxing for this. I'm out, bro.
I appreciate you hitting me up, Ron Boy, man. Hit me up on the next one.
You already know. The real is here. You know how we do it. The real is here.
All day.
I'm out,
all day. Be good, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. That's my man, Ron Boy Fresh, bro. He gonna lay that heat down. Y'all already know, man. Ron Boy does not hold back when it comes to Boogeyman Bud. You know what I mean? Coined by Ron Boy Fresh, man. And yeah, bro, and like I tell y'all, listen, we gonna all get here with these type of conversations with all our favorite fighters. You know what I mean? That's one thing y'all gotta understand. Towards the end of their careers, these conversations come out of the woodworks. These fighters, contrary to popular belief, I get it, it's about the money. They want the money. But in the end, when they're in their mid-30s, when they're looking at their 40s, and they've made their money, you know what I mean? They're going to want people to remember them and remember the things that they've done, putting their lives on the line, so on and so forth. And so they're going to want to sell that conversation to you that, yes, I belong here in the pillars of history. I should be here in the history books. And the thing is that boxing fans are the ones that have that particular power. We are the ones that crown them, whether or not they should be revered for eons from now, or were they just okay? You dig? And it's, even if you want to say, was this fighter, that fighter, this fighter's in the Hall of Fame, maybe we should just start having a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the standard should just be changed to, listen, they got to have a certain criteria before we walk in their asses in the Hall of Fame. Them making, $600 million throughout of their career is not a qualifiable thing. It's what you done, how you done it, when you done it. You know what I mean? These are the things that matter to you Canelo fans. We've had this conversation before. His situation is a little murky. And as we get closer to the fight, I will be putting it back on the screen. You know what I'm saying? His situation is a little murky. We definitely going to talk about clenbuterol. We're definitely going to talk about Gennady Golovkin at 40 years old. We're definitely going to talk about the fact that he brought a significant amount of smaller fighters up. Amir Khan, Jamil Charlo, now Terence Crawford. We're going to put it on the screen, fight fans. Y'all don't like to have these kind of conversations because you like to be stuck in your delusion bubbles out there. I keep explaining this to y'all. But everyone is not going to make it. Y'all keep with your popularity crap. Keep worrying about how much money that they going to make. Earl, the reason that he took the Bud fight, to his credit, once again, he could have chased money. He could have stayed in the PBC plans and try to get the Canelo fight for the money. But he said, you know what? I'm going to jump off of this for a second. And I'm going to try to go for some serious legacy. I can literally become #1 pound for pound. Errol Spence beats Bud Crawford. He's in the history books. He's in the top pound for pound discussions. We're not having no Hall of Fame conversations. None of that. He went for it. And guess what? Earl is going to be forever remembered for the risks that he took against Terence Crawford. Not doing the status quo thing. Not fighting Little Mike. Not fighting Sean Porter. Not fighting even Danny Garcia. Those things are going to be forgotten through the eons of time. What's going to stand the test of time was Earl took a risk and went after Terence Bud Crawford. And boxing fans are never going to forget that. You understand? That's the way it works. So we'll see, fight fans. Once again, man, I'm going to get on up out of here. Y'all have a blessed day, man. I appreciate all of the love today, man. I really, really do. Salute to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh, man, for being the caller of the day. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for all of that fire that you came through here laying, bro. Much love to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh, man. And much love to the entire chat, everyone that came through today, and everyone that donated today. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. And to all of y'all that catches this on the playback, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. Once again, to everyone, we will be back full time and consistent leading up into the Boots Ennis and Stanionis fight. Right now, I'm just once again recharging batteries, rebuilding my passion for this game, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna destroy things right around the Boots time. You should see me tomorrow to cover maybe Tevin Farmer and William Zepeda. I am looking to cover that fight, and also Brian. I don't know if I'm gonna cover the Brian Norman fight, but I'll definitely be doing videos about it. So that'll be more than likely the next time that the homie would definitely be on here, unless something popped today. It's still early in the day, and maybe we come through sometime this evening, man. If there's no one else that want to call in, we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here, man. Thank you. I think that show should be about a wrap up right about here. I think we good. We've been going for a couple hours. That's good enough for me. We've been going now for 2.5 hours, fight fans. So thank y'all all. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Much love to each and every last one of y'all. Thank you to my core supporters. Thank you to the newer supporters. And look here, man, to anyone and everyone, anything that I said on today's stream, you don't take none of this stuff personal. You don't leave the stream with no bad energy, no negative energy, no anger, none of this. This is for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to ruin your day. I'm here to just make you laugh, provoke your thought process, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I'm not here to ruin your day. I'm not here to look to make you upset. And this is boxing talk, so you shouldn't be upset anyway. Be blessed out there, fight fans. Remain stressed and sucker free. Remember, demons are everywhere. They want you sad, depressed, thinking that you are not more than a conqueror when you are divine and you have divine energy going through your veins. Go out there and change this world for the better, because Lord knows it needs it. Change the world, fight fans. And when you do, come on back and let me and the fam know how you change the world for the better. Be blessed. I'll see y'all later, man. And the Last of a Dying Breed says that the Wilder fight will be on BLK Prime. Salute to BLK Prime. I will be watching that fight, covering that fight, the whole 9 yards. I'm not missing a minute of Deontay Wilder's last few moments in the fight game. Thanks for that, Last of a Dying Breed, and much appreciated. To the next video, fam, bam. Peace out.